Hello, hello. Chat, can you hear us? I'm going to do a quick audio check. Make sure you can hear me and you can hear Lemon. Lemon, would you like to
Hello,
say hi?
hello.
How is Lemon's volume for you guys?
Hopefully the volume is good levels compared to Mosh. Very, very excited. And I never know what to say when it comes to these audio checks.
Well, what's your favorite fruit?
I wonder what that is. I have a feeling it might be a lemon.
I was going to
Just a
guess
slight
kumquat.
hunch.
Speak again.
No.
You speak, Paul. How's it sound? Do we sound about the same volume? Lemon, try to talk over me.
Okay, I'll try to
Stop
talk over
talking
you.
over me.
I'm
So
saying
rude.
stuff, and that's so rude of you. Wow, I'm so offended.
Come to my
Honestly,
channel.
can't even.
Listen here, I don't come to your stream and talk over you. Mosh up or Lemon down a smidge. Okay. This is what you get when you get like a really aggressive player caster with you. It's just everyone knows about Lemon's violent tendencies. Don't let his gentle demeanor fool you.
Yeah, I'm a terrible person.
That's not what I said. I'm just violent.
Aren't they basically one and the same?
I'm afraid of answering incorrectly. Music down 2 smidge. Thank you, Pulp. How is that? I can go one more smidge. KSP, don't worry about where the other 69 bits went. You had 31 left over. Nice. Nice to see more than Lemon's forehead. Oh, was I doing something with his forehead? My bad. Oh, you're good. Excellent. Welcome, welcome everyone. We have 4 minutes to go. So, Lemon, would you like to start looking at the decks?
Sure, that sounds good.
All right. Let's start with Salty Captain. Looks like he's bringing Double Cross, Guerrilla Tactics, Royal Inspiration, and Onslaught. Does anything stand out to you for his Double Cross list?
We have a Vil Renegade, which is, I'd say, slightly non-standard compared to what you'll see a lot of on ladder, which means that really targeting that Renfree matchup, trying to make sure that potentially other Nilfgaards don't get a double Renfree, trying to, just play Renfree 3-4 times himself.
Yep. Looks like the bronze package is pretty standard. 2 sergeants, the turncoat, 2 locks, right? And 1 mage torture.
2 locks is very interesting to note. Usually you see like more of 1 hunter, I would say, but double lock means that trying to make sure that Salty draws that potentially key matchups, like I'd be guessing things like Scoia'tael, making sure you can lock a Kruk and so on.
I see. So he's brought 1 extra just to be safe, I guess. Or to have more control. Okay. The Guerrilla Tactics list. This looks like what I usually run into against on the ladder. The standard bronzes, the standard golds with Geralt of Rivia, Milva, Triss, but I see a Dunka, which I've seen more of recently, I guess. I don't see an Archer. Do you notice anything interesting about this one?
Yeah, you see a little bit of Dunker. I tend to split like the Guerrilla Tactics into 2 main types. You have a Harmony type running a lot more of the actual Harmony cards, and then you have this one where you actually fit in your Geralt of Rivia, compared to the Harmony list which doesn't manage to fit that in. Sometimes that more control version with Geralt runs a Roach, but that's been downgraded to Knickers to be able to run this Dunker. Gotcha. And you have to sacrifice an Archer as well to do that.
Yeah, and I see only 1 Swordmaster and 2 Bowmen, so... Yeah. Cool. Looks like I see a Peller and a Squirrel instead. Alright, so the Royal Inspiration list, we got AA, Damsel, and Oniro. So it's just a pure Knight stack with Erendite.
Yeah, which I'm very excited to see this. I was not expecting to see NR brought today at all, to be honest, but we have both players packing some NR. So it'll be pretty interesting to see.
Awesome.
Yeah, like this list is just Smork, play knights, play a lot of points. Not a huge amount of interaction. I think it's basically just like Marguerite and Arendite and Vandergriff's Blade when it comes to answering things, which that's not a lot of answers, frankly.
Yeah.
But you don't need to answer things when you're slamming like 100 points very easily, so we'll see how that list goes.
Yeah, I wonder what he's gonna end up playing it against. So, and then what about this pirates list? Fukusia, Morkvar, Crack, Renfree. Looks pretty standard. It's the version without the discard package.
Yeah, that's the main thing I've noticed, is the no discard package. Otherwise, yeah, it's not too many surprises there. You're running both the Roach and the Knickers to help with your round 1 tempo. Ensures you don't lose on even if you're on blue coin, and can maybe push a bit more if you're like on red coin as well. Are running the Mask of Rubros though, which is something to note. It means that especially in like a round 1 if you're on blue coin, your long ships are a bit less likely to stick than if you're running something like your Crystal Skull.
Yeah, I would have thought that's a mistake, but I guess that's probably intentional at this point. Okay, so
there's arguments for both, I think.
You think so? Okay. So let's take a look at Jamedi's list, see what he's bringing. We got Double Cross, Guerrilla Tactics, those two are the same. But we have, and in our list again, Pincer Maneuver this time, and Hidden Cache, the Golden Necklace version. So,
yes.
Yeah, let's look at Double Cross.
So again, pretty similar to what Salty is running, where you again have this Vogelfort's Renegade, which, again, like a bit non-standard. And I'm saying again a lot, but this really is similar to what Salty is running. The main difference here is that Salty ran a Vogelfort's, whereas Jamedi has this Vigo.
Right.
I think, and also if you look at the bronzes, Jamedi isn't running any locks, I believe. We don't have any other armored cavalries. We don't have any Van Moorlam hunters. Instead, running a lot more, well, just spine givers in double mage torture, double thanded turncoat. Also, not even running a Pella, so dissing that purify.
Wow. So no locks and no purify, and just more spy givers. He really wants to land a good Artod, I guess. And it's running Artod and Vilgefortz Renegade. Sometimes I see one or the other, right?
Yeah. So yeah, like really trying to double up on that Renfree.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I would be skeptical of that actually getting value against a good opponent, but I'm curious to see what happens. Guerrilla Tactics, we got looks like a Harmony list. This looks like the sort of the deck that Trisky put out early on. Chameleon, Antherion, we got a Percival, Lake Guardian, Saskia, Great Oak, and the standard dwarves.
Yeah, so this deck trades a bit off the interaction you get with the Geralt. You can't really shut your opponent down. Well, you can't really shut something tall. Of course, you're still running the Guerrilla Tactics leader, which can shut down a lot of smaller engines. Also, the Zoltan and the Dwarf package, which can combine with like the Cat Witch's Saboteur to be pretty effective control, actually. You do want to actually make sure you draw your Saskia with this list, because whether you draw or miss Saskia can actually have quite a huge impact on how you run with this list.
Yeah, that's why I stopped running this one. I really hate it when I miss my Saskia. So. All right, Pincer Maneuver. This is a Renfree Pincer list, actually. We have Boltist. Okay, so this is sort of the Poisound or Tailbot or whoever came up with it before that. Seen this list a lot. It's just Renfree's Gang Spam with Pavetta. Yeah,
which I'm very interested to see how this goes. The thing to note though is that we have like our, we call it standard sort of package with our Renfree's Gang, that you're going to play that round 1 with your Defender, with your Voltus and Operator to spam as many Renfree Gangs as you can. Ideally, you can then play them in round 2 and shuffle them back with Pavetta and play them again round 3. An opponent you're hoping can't deal with all this smoke. We also do have this double traveling Priestess, which combined with the Istrid, I think that's the main way to shuffle things back, but you do have like the Pincer Maneuver leader. So if you have spare Pincer Maneuver charges, you can just dump them into a traveling Priestess and get some decent points back.
Yeah, very interesting. Puzzle was also talking about running traveling Priestess in a siege deck the other day. So it seems like it's kind of coming back as just a value 4P bronze.
Yeah. Which I think makes sense, because with Pincer Maneuver, if you draw your golds, you don't really need your leader at that point, and you can just dump it into getting a 10 point or something traveling priestess.
Yeah, so it turns out it's no longer a build around 4P card, which
Yeah,
I'm
what's
happy
the
about.
point?
All right, Hidden Cache. This is the Golden Necker deck that I think Magpie was the first person I heard sort of putting it out. Most people have run into this on the ladder. It's pretty greedy, but it also has control in terms of, with Moral and poisons and the Poison Brothers. So in theory, you could just run infinite poisons if your poison engines stick. And then you have Townsfolk and Saul and Bincy.
Treasure Huntresses.
Yeah, Treasure Huntresses, which like give infusions to everything. So you can just end up with an obscene amount of points if left alone.
Yes. But yes, we have a lot of engines and a lot of poisons. The thing I'm very interested in here, though, is we have this sausage maker poking out. And you might see like a Flying Redanian often in these types of lists, but Jemedi has opted for this sausage maker instead, which gives him a bit of like round 1 carryover going into round 2. Note that if you do infuse the sausage maker with the treasure huntress, he still keeps the infusions going into round 2 or round 3, which can be very powerful because he'll just end up paying for his own fee with his infusions keeping on him.
Yep, that's what I was going to point out as 2 things about sausage maker. One, so it's a resilience unit just like Seer Nova, but it has a fee that gives it resilience. And that can be used in any round. So you can play it in round 1 and it can carry over all the way to round 3. Similar to what you can do with She Who Knows. But the other thing is resilience. The power, if it's boosted, gets reset. If it's damaged, it stays damaged. But status is always carry over. So if you put like 5 infusions on it in round 1 and keep it going, you can have just a massive coin, the Federal Reserve of sausage making, all the way up to round 3. So this will be, I really hope we get to see some silliness with this card. Lemon, you seem to have muted yourself on Discord.
Whoops, my bad. Yeah, I was gonna say, I really hope that we see bans mostly on ST and NG, because I want to see a lot more of this NR and SY stuff.
Awesome.
If you play the She Who Knows round 1, she'll get resilience onto herself if she's the highest unit, and then stays in round 2. Again, if she's the highest unit round 2, she'll get resilience again, and you'll have her for round 3 too.
Yep.
We should have bans being done hopefully quite soon again.
Yeah, and just a reminder, exclamation tourney and exclamation tourney decks will give you guys sort of the full bracket. So while we're waiting, perhaps we can take a look at how we got here. I'm gonna move my face and see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go.
So this was the bracket we had for our playoffs, where we ran Swiss for our regular season across 6 weeks. The top 8 players from the regular season start in our upper bracket here, and the bottom 8 start, well, the next 8. So places 9 through 16 start in the lower bracket. Then they play through in this double elimination bracket over the course of the last 3 weeks. And the most interesting thing here is that Jemedi and Salty did already face in the winners final, where Salty took the win in a very close 3-2. Jemedi then went down into the lower bracket, beat Jace in the lower bracket finals, and has come back to face off against Salty again. Due to this, Jemedi does need to win 2 series in a row to win the series here, win the league.
So is this a best of, does he have to win 2 best of 3s or 2 best of 5?
Yes, 2 best of 5s.
Okay, wow. Okay, so we could have, so it's basically like a best of 7 where he starts with a 1-0, or is it like a best of 9?
It'll be a best of 5 with picks and bans. Well, ban just done normally for best of 5.
Oh, okay.
If Salty wins the best of 5, we're done. That's it.
Then we do another.
Salty wins.
Yeah.
If Jemedi wins, then that's effectively what we call like a bracket reset, and then they play a second series. Whoever wins that second series will take the crown.
Wow. Okay, so this could actually be you know, quite long. So
Potentially.
yeah. What time is it for you? I mean, it's the middle of my day, but
Just past 6 a.m. for me.
oh man. Okay, so it's yeah. This is very interesting. They've already actually met once, and Salty Captain won in a close 3-2. And then, like you said, Jamedi had to go down to the bottom bracket. Were there any other interesting matches?
I believe Jumedi and Salty did cast most of their matches throughout the playoffs. Salty has had quite a few close ones. I think, yeah, looks like we're good to go into tourney as well now.
Okay.
But yeah, so we've had a lot of like great close matches in the playoffs so far, and hopefully this is more great close matches.
Awesome.
So bans are done. We have Salty has banned Jumedi's NR. I am sad. We don't get to see the rent-free gang spam. On the other hand, Jumedi has banned Salty's Nilfgaard list, which means that Salty will be playing his knights and his pirates as well as the control ST list.
Yes, let me see if I can show that on screen. There we go.
So Jumedi is starting on blue coin for game 1, going first.
That's Captain Emote. Omega. Oh my god. I will pay you back for this, Flo.
So what do you think Jumedi is most likely to take then, considering he has blue coin here in game 1?
So what's Salty Cap is going to take on red coin? I'm guessing Guerrilla Tactics, and then later, yeah.
Yes.
So you don't want to run Hidden Cash, or this is my noob self-talking. So if I am Jumedi, I play like Assimilate. What would you pick, Lemon?
Yeah. I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't played tourney this season. I've only been playing ladder. I'm thinking Hidden Cash. It can be good on a blue coin. You can use your... Actually, what stratagem is Jumedi running? Let me check. Jumedi is running tactical advantage for Hidden Cash. So yeah, be able to protect one of your engines, maybe a treasure huntress, and should be able to get a bunch of infusion stacking that way, which can be quite potent on the blue coin. Engine decks kind of pretend that blue coin, or tend to prefer that blue coin usually.
Yeah. The reason I, was a little worried was because if Salty brings Guerrilla Tactics. Wait, is the Salty's deck, is it the Harmony one or is it the
Salty is the more control one with Geralt, which is probably a bit of a worse matchup for Hidden Cash.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Looks like the game's starting.
Yes, let's hop over.
Will you learn from that blunder?
All right.
Are
So
you
looks like Harmony.
We're not seeing those.
Yeah, none of those picks. We're very good at predictions, chat.
Yes.
0 for 1 so far.
Yes. So we have Guerrilla Tactics on Jumedi's side, going first on this blue coin. Very quick mulligans coming out. No, hasn't bricked the Renfree's game, which is good for Jumedi. Hasn't bricked the Milva, but we don't see this Saskia either. Granted, you don't necessarily want to play that round 1 as much, considering you're going first. It can be a bit of a waste. But does definitely want to be finding that, hopefully in like a round 2, round 3.
Very interesting. We had a few bricks get mulliganed, so it looks like everybody's hand is pretty good.
Yes, no bricked Renfree games, which is good for both players.
Yeah, and there was a Milva too that popped into Jumedi's hand for a second. So I guess the interesting thing here is this Lake Guardian for me is, because it's basically a Harmony unit that can get triggered. The Harmony on this unit gets triggered whether it's in hand or deck. So right now we have a Beast on the board, and so if an Elf is played, then this goes up to 3 and so on. This is one of the new units. I prefer the Mosh Guardian art on this one. Those of you who have seen that will know what I'm talking about, but this is pretty cool. Very pretty.
If this is me now, who was I before?
So a boat was played, immediately destroyed. We get a Dryad Fledgling, and then the scenario, because it plays elves, is clicked. And now this has double harmony. This is infused, one of the new tags in the recent card drop. And so every time a harmony is triggered on this unit, it goes up by 2 instead of 1, or it goes up twice by 1 each time, similar to like double thrive or whatever.
Yeah, which same. Unlike Thrive, if you proc the first harmony, you're always procking the second harmony.
True.
Whereas with Thrive, that's not necessarily always the case. Yeah, for all intents and purposes, you can just consider this Dryad Fledgling a harmony too.
Yeah, monsters get the great value version once again.
Yes. Yeah, the scary thing here for Salty is that this is effectively 3 harmony. This is already at 6 and 7 power each, which is very difficult to end up killing now at this point. Do you see the pellet come down? It does purify the infusion. So this Dryad Fledgling is back to just 1 harmony now, but Jimedi's still packing this double harmony on board in total, and is ahead by quite a considerable amount. And Salty hasn't managed to set up a ship round 1, doesn't have any more ships in hand to try and set up. Probably quite sad that he missed his front row and create long ships as well.
Yeah, I'm not seeing how Salty can come back in this round. So but I guess the Peller was kind of not an important card, considering Awesome D doesn't run much in the way of locks.
Yeah, there's no lock in Jimedi's list, so Salty's not worried about Kruk getting locked. One of the key things whenever you're against Pirates is you want to figure out a way that you can answer the Kruk that Pirates is going to be bringing, usually in that round 2, round 3. A lock can be quite an efficient answer, but barring that, you're likely looking at a Renfrey or maybe a leader into Zoltan, depending on if it got armor in this round 1. And we just got the Maxi coming down.
Yeah,
I did not get a great look at the deck list.
Yeah, can we sorry, I moved it around, I think. But can we even tell as observers if the shuffle was used or not?
Not sure. I don't think so.
And is the deck random when I look at it as an observer? Or is it in order?
It will be.
Oh,
I believe still random.
It would be fun if we knew what's coming. Then we could criticize players with the benefit of future hindsight.
So we can do that anyways.
True. Decent amount of armor, 4 so far, but not great, obviously. But Harmony deck, boosts so much that Pirates often have a hard time getting armor against it.
Yeah, that's true. And Salty is especially happy that this Terror of the Seas is in his hand, because that's one of the couple of key cards, and also this Bjorn too. Like, these are the cards that really do get a lot of value from getting this extra armor on them.
Yeah.
You would like to have this Kruk as well to start protecting that, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say, now he just needs to actually draw his Kruk to get value from these things. He does run a Triss, correct? Yes, I see a Triss.
Yes, there is a Triss. With the Renfrey not in hand, you probably prefer to use Triss for Renfrey, I would imagine. You basically can't win without Renfrey, I think.
Yeah, I was checking the Triss because, as you know, the Team Elderblood list does not run Triss. They run Hammond. So I like to give them a hard time for that. But Kozik says that their boys have a 90% win rate with Hammond. So, ooh, we have a prediction going. Player connection. Oh no.
Not great.
Oh, we're back. Right? Yes.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I wonder if Salty roped there or meant to use the Bjorn. Does get ahead. It looks like Salty is he killed a Berserker at 4 power with no armor.
That could not have been. Well, yeah, I guess it
mean,
did 4 damage.
Yeah, you might have preferred to kill this Dryad Fledgling, perhaps. But then again, Jimedi's probably not looking at having too many more Harmony procs in this round, since his board is pretty set up by now. I always just get like so worried when the rope is ticking down, and then you see a card come out at the last minute, and you're like, ooh, did they get to play that, or did rope just take over?
Looks like we got 9 people who are predicting Skellige wins this game, and 5 people Scoia'tael. I'm gonna vote Scoia'tael. What is your prediction, Lemon?
I think it's too early to tell.
Well, that's why it's a prediction.
I know, and that's why I play it safe and don't make a prediction. If you're going Square, I'll go Skellige then.
Well, put your toe beans where, your mouth is. That sounds wrong.
Yes, doesn't sound great.
Looks like Dirk has had his lunch and he'd like to join the cast. So we officially have a third caster.
Very nice. Great to have Derp along with us.
Yes, always. Did you bring your pet Lemon as well?
No, they're not. They're not in my room with me, sadly.
Your pets are not in season at the moment.
No, they're probably with my dad at the moment, upstairs. But yeah. Anyways, we have Salty winning. Oh, sorry, Salty losing the round 1 here. Jamedi took the round 1. Curious if Jamedi tries to bleed here. We do see a bleed coming out, slamming this Dried Fledgling immediately. Wonder how deep we're going to go here. We have the Zoltan and Chariot, but we don't have a Munro to go along with them, so you probably don't want to play your Chariot or Zoltan yet. Could play your Berserker, could play your Cat, which is Saboteur perhaps.
Yeah, it's interesting that he's going for the bleed, right? I would have.
Yeah, this hand doesn't look amazing to bleed.
I guess it's 3 rounds better for Leg Guardian because it's easier to get boost on it.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say a little bit. Yeah, so
Salty's hand looks
see
very
what's-
good.
Yeah, it does. The Kruk is drawn here. I think the only thing missing is that Renfrey, which you can probably find anyways if you find the Triss or the Renfrey.
Yeah, we know he has left the deck, so odds of getting 1 of 2 cards in the first 5.
Yeah, so the Kruk comes down from Salty immediately, giving armor to a bunch of ships and pirates in his hand, and taking Salty ahead of Jamedi here. Note that now that the Kruk is set up, this means that well, a lot of things from Jamedi's board is going to be removed here, most likely.
Yeah, at least this Berserker is now the lowest power unit and has armor.
Yeah.
That's gonna take the hit. Gets damage though, and does give armor to all of Salty's units. Terra now has 9 armor.
This Late Guardian aspect will probably be killed by this Morkvargs, and you'll probably be looking at the Terror of the Seas trying to take down the Oak coming out from Jamedi next round.
Nova seems to be stuck.
Yes, Milva is temporarily on the board here, needed to take this ship out because otherwise it's going to get way too much value.
Right.
But yeah, Salty could just play a deranged Corsair here, use a leader charge, and this Milva, well, won't be here much longer.
Was playing the Zoltan an option there? I guess he wants to save Zoltan for round 3.
Yeah, and you would have gotten only, maybe it would have been worth it. You would have only gotten 1 Rowdy Dwarf off of Zoltan. It doesn't matter as much considering you don't have a Munro.
Why would you get, when there was a boat and crack, wouldn't you get 2 Rowdy Dwarfs?
The boat would have been killed, I believe. Yeah, the boat was at 2 power, so it would have been killed and Zoltan wouldn't have spawned the Rowdy Dwarf.
I meant instead of Milva.
Yeah, I think it is more so just trying to save it for the Munro here, though.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go. Salt's using full leader. Doesn't get ahead, though, which is pretty important to note. The Milva is gone, it's not shuffled back into deck. So this last leader charge and this Saboteur from Jamedi is worth a lot less, but does manage to get out of this round without losing card advantage.
Yeah. And Salty uses both melee boats, and Pikusi is probably going to be for Crack again, given how much armor he has and the fact that Crack's going to stick. Well, I guess Renfrey could take it out. Or Zoltan.
And now with the Milva gone, it's not easy for Jamedi to answer this Kruk. Usually you would be able to use the Zoltan plus a leader charge to kill the Kruk, but that would only be 5 damage with the Milva gone.
Right.
Won't be getting the extra 2 pings, so we'll see how he decides to answer this Kruk being raised from Fukusha most likely.
is very helpful for me. So I you know, if I'm playing dwarves against pirates, because I do play a lot of Milva lists. I really enjoy sort of the extra reach, but Zoltan plus Milva being 7 is something I need to get better at using correctly. Saskia chilling at the bottom of the deck. True.
Sacrifices
And
for
that's why me and Saskia have a hate-hate relationship.
Yes, that is. Jimedi's not going to be happy with that. I'll say that much.
In
Yeah.
Graf's tournament, I ran a Saskia deck, and it was the bane of my existence.
We actually have both the Saskia and the Munro missing here, which is really not great from the side of Jimedi.
And Percival.
Yes, Percival too.
Especially with 2
Percival's
chameleons in
fine.
hand, Percival was going to
Yes.
be a million points.
Would have
I mean,
been big.
Yes.
I have a feeling Jimedi's going to try to find the player bronze draw a card from the Renfrey here,
Yeah.
because that will probably be used to draw the Munro. But then again, without a second chariot here, if these rowdy dwarves get killed, this Munro is not doing much.
True.
And with the Kruk, with the pirates and ships being played, clashing with the lowest rowdy dwarves,
Yeah.
like you can play the Holger to clean both of these up at once here.
Would getting the Saskia even be worth it? Saskia gets you an elf,
It'll pull
a witcher,
2
and a 2 things. Yeah. 26 turns. But that might still be more than a Monroe that only converts
Yes.
one thing.
Yeah, you'd probably be looking at like trying to get this Antherian off the Saskia. That'd probably be your best pull if you could get it as like the first thing, which is what 1 in 3 that's gonna happen.
Wonder if some of the motivation of using up Milva was to just thin it from the deck to increase the odds of getting some of these cards.
I mean, maybe.
He even played a
Then
maxi
again-
round 1, like.
Yeah.
So he must have
Then
shuffled.
again, yeah,
Poor
yeah. I
Joey.
think you would have shuffled with the maxi there.
Heart aches for him right now.
Yeah. We do see the Cavager Saboteur coming down, cleaning up the Kruk there. So no more clashing with the Kruk, although of course we still have this... Oh wait, no. Oh no, Bjorn was already played round 1. So actually no more clashing coming down from Salty's side.
Yeah, but he's got this like massively armored bird on his side.
Yeah.
This predator drone with 3 armor, a seagull that's wearing plate. It's gonna come down and, you know, make sure that this Zoltan never, because it already doesn't have armor.
It's
It
just spreading
procs the
a bunch of
Holger
damage.
because it's a pirate.
Yes. I think the lore is that seagulls are the like resurrected spirits of dead pirates. That's what they were going with. That's why it's like a cursed beast. Cause like,
Okay, sure.
yeah,
I don't care. To me, it's still a bird grabbing.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is holding an ear. That's pretty cursed. But yes.
sure. Maybe the pirates feed them ears and they've trained them to like, I don't know, retrieve stuff.
Okay, so Jimedi plays the Renfrey. I think is pretty happy with his pulls there. Gets the player bronze draw unit. Does draw into this Saskia. It will still, as this 4th last card being played, manage to pull 2 things out. And does get the set to 12, which turns this 1 power rowdy dwarf to a 12 power rowdy dwarf, which is pretty neat.
It's a neat
This
Mork
means
mark target
the-
is what it is.
Yes, which,
And make sure that this terror also, I mean, you know.
yeah, which I think Jimedi's going to have 3 tall things essentially between this rowdy dwarf, the late guardian, and the great oak, which only 2 of those can be cleaned up by Salty with
Sure,
this Mork Bargain Terror. So he's still pretty happy with that set to 12.
And I guess the Saskia also has the advantage of adding more bodies to the row of Great Oak.
Yeah.
So that's another reason to grab it over the Monroe.
Yeah, you see the Swordmaster come out. Their Antherian is a bit unlucky there,
They'll pay for my stolen birthright.
but already having quite a decent lead here for Jimedi. And you don't feel as bad about missing the Munro considering none of your rowdy dwarves really lived there.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got Blessing of
Would've done
Diligence,
much.
which is 8 damage, and then lowest provision unit, and also Humility, which is 5. I'm guessing the 8 is what we'll go for.
Yes, I'd be guessing. Oh,
What's his lowest provision unit? A seagull or a squirrel? I mean, come on.
Saskia might die here. I
Yeah.
think Jimedi made a mistaken placement. This damage 7 kill an adjacent, yeah.
7.
On the Zoltan kills Saskia,
Saskia
cleans
kills
up
with
most
this
of the
other
front row. Ouch.
Good. Bye. Saskia wasn't drawn. We played Renfrey, we got the sloth, we pulled her out, and she still gets killed instantly. I guess
Okay, actually,
we got a Swordmaster out of it, but
We'll turn the sea red.
actually, oh no, because the Chameleon technically isn't a beast after you've played him, so the Antherian was still a possible pull. So yeah, you do miss out on like the late 5 points coming out on his last turn here.
plus the body.
Ooh, so last say here from Jimedi can be quite crucial, because the Morkvarg being used already, I mean it's not going to be able to answer this last say late Guardian aspect anyways. Terror of the Seas comes down to clean up this oak, and will this late Guardian be big enough? I believe it will.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to go to 30 points. Plus we have another click on this. Although you don't want to click it. So you lose 1 point a game.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. You can click it, get a bit close to finishing your contracts.
These are the things
Always
that lemon
quick
min
kill.
maxes. Meanwhile, I'm
Yeah.
just trying not to like mulligan my cards due to roping. or discard them due to rope.
But there you go, Jimedi does clean up round 1, taking the win with Scoia'tael against the Pirates of Salty.
So when does
Yes.
this screen update? I want to spam refresh over and over again.
The tourney client scene?
This
Or
the awesome the salty captain match.
yeah, I think it can be a tiny bit slow. The game should update there pretty soon.
Looks like I just got the invite to game 2.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there we go, pretty quick. I'm happy tourney client's behaving. I'm very
Tourney card always
like,
behaves. I don't know
reassured.
what you're talking about.
yeah, no.
Please stop.
Oh,
Manifesting
okay, I'll stop. I don't want to
negative
jinx.
reality. You must believe in the heart of the tourney realm.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's update it. So,
Yeah.
is this conquest
So,
format? Does that mean that Jimmy
yes.
can't use Scoia'tael anymore?
Yeah, so Jimedi, win with Scoia'tael means no more Scoia'tael for Jimedi in this series, only can play the Hidden Cache or his Assimilate now since his Northern Realms was banned.
So,
Going
assimilate,
second,
right? Red coin.
I'd be guessing Assimilate. Salty going blue, I'd be taking a guess we'll see Knights come out. With the Errand Diet, you get to build the value a lot easier on the blue coin, also, again with Stratagem, engines stick a bit easier. Which can be quite potent there and just shut Jimedi out very early on in the round 1 and take control of the game. Also, I think it's also a pretty good matchup for the Knights because you don't give such a great copy over to Nilfgaard. You're not running the Renfrey, which
True.
makes them a lot less happy.
Yeah.
They can't copy your Echo cards with Terra Nova. They can take an Echo card with the Vogelford, so that is important to note. So we could see the Erendite come down round 2, and the Vilgefort's Renegade could basically just steal that, and Jimedi takes the value off the Erendite for round 3. So Salty should be aware of that and worried if that is the matchup we see here.
So
And it is. That is the prediction coming out correct here.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. So we got Salty with the blue coin, playing his Knights deck with the scenario, and Jimedi playing Assimilate.
And the nice thing here is running like these 3 Echo cards, and the Lady of the Lake, you're pretty guaranteed to draw like everything you need to draw. So we have the Enirman, so we have the AA in hand here. So, and also since like pretty much all your units are 9 and below, you'll be able to find like everything you need, I think.
Is this the Q-Santa list, or is this just like a common list?
I don't know. I've seen it a lot on ladder. I don't know if there was a particular player that popularized a streamer or something. Not sure.
biggest NG nightmare, opponent not having a rent-free.
Yes.
My whole deck. At least they still get to play a rent-free twice, especially now that he has a new one.
Yes. Which I think you'd probably be wanting to look for an uneven here as Jimedi trying to push a lot. It's going to be difficult though.
Yeah, because it takes a
Especially
little
with-
bit to get going, right? And
Yeah.
try and do that before card 7. Although the Sergeant
Yeah. Which
is kind of slow.
you're gonna have a more point slam here from Jimedi's side, not much control, which means basically all these engines from Salty are just gonna stick.
That's true.
Also, this is where having the no locks in his deck might come back to bite Jimedi here, because you can't lock anything if you don't have a lock.
Yeah, this is, I'm gonna ask Janetti what his
another
strategy was there, just because I'm very
Yeah.
curious. I love locks. I run like 3 or 4 locks in my NG deck.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Hunters, honestly, because they're 3 power, but I usually try to fit in at least one Arbor Armored Cavalry. I do like that card a lot more.
Very early Squirrel. Instantly Squirrel's
Yes.
to Nero. I was expecting like
actually-
double Lightmaker, but it seems like Jametti's gonna be fine giving up the round.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to be... You're happy that this
Immortal came out.
Immortals and Damned Sorceress is out, because that can be like a 4-point per turn combo.
Chat,
The
I can
AA
see
is
Lemon's
gone.
nice cat.
Yes.
But I saw
Seeing the background.
Fluffy's dig.
Next is too, like,
You guys
too
saw
big
the
really
tail?
to kind of frame easily.
I mean, forget about the game. There's a Fluffy thing. Professional caster over here.
Yeah, pets come first.
Yes, of course. I mean, half my chat only watches my channel for my pets, so I think for
Yeah.
this audience that's appropriate.
Can you really blame them?
Yeah. Nice snipe, by the way. Talented Mage Assassin. Well
Yeah,
done.
shuts out the engine.
Claps in the chat for Mage Assassin number 1. Premium bathtub torturer.
I remember like all the Jagras class from the Open. I wonder if I'm going to see this rubber ducky pop up in this premium Mage Assassin.
Oh, is there like a...
Yeah, there's like an Easter egg.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. It just went by.
Nice. Rubber ducky stream accomplished. Also,
Yeah.
I should have fixed the FPS issues now. I'm sorry, chat. I was sharing my whole screen.
Yeah, you don't need to share your screen on Discord with me now.
No, it was
You
the,
can,
the OBS.
because I have it
issue.
in game anyways, if that would help. Okay, so, oh yeah, I was going to say, so we have this scroll coming down, the AA is gone. The Arendite, if it's played round 2, can be stolen with this Bugle Force Renegade from Jimedi, which means that these Echo cards are not going to get a whole lot of value most likely here from Salty.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Vandergrift setup is really nice. It does force the pass out with this Immortal and Damned Sorceress ticking. Well, I'm pretty sure we'll see a bleed come through here. You're going to be trying to get the Resilience part 2 on this Vandergrift by getting the Grace 12 on it. If you boost Vandergrift up to 12, it'll get great Resilience again here and stay around for round 3 as well.
Yeah, and this Night Snare puts out a lot of points.
Yeah.
And I'd be curious to see if Salty goes for, saves it for round 3 or fuses it to push now.
Yeah.
Guess if
I
you
would
push
be...
now, you don't
I
have
think
it.
we'll just slam it now.
Yeah.
I'd be guessing if we bleed.
And then for round 3, you have Aaron. Well, you probably won't have Aaron dead actually, given the.
Well,
Bugle
you just
Force.
don't play Arendite this round and then you just save it for round 3.
True.
I'd be imagining that's the play we see from Salty.
Yeah.
You most likely use this this Aniromancy to pull the Maiden's Shield if we are pushing with Scenario here. And then you'll be able to use a lot of the Graces and because whenever you trigger a Grace, the Scenario will boost adjacent units by 12. You can use a lot of that to get a lot of tall units and get the Vandergrift up to 12 power, get his Grace, get his Resilience going.
Plus, when you play this with Nero, it's no longer in the graveyard, so I'm not seeing a lot of good Bilgo Force targets.
Not particularly, no. Bit unfortunate that Cinchonite is the only bronze left in deck for Salty, and that's the summon. I wonder if
dear.
Jimedi will pick up on that and realize that the rest of Salty's hand is just going to be these Knight Errants and Squires, most likely.
Yeah, there's a lot of specials in deck. It's Squirrel and a Peller.
Yes. Yeah. So
It's odd seeing like unboosted knight errants because I play the mutagen double scenario version of this. It's a very wholesome list. Wow. Exclamation deck if you want it.
So I'm guessing we see either the Windhelm here just to develop him an immediate engine. It's no great answers unless maybe it gets sniped with a shield. With like the Blightmaker, the shield gets sniped. Or we might see a Squire come down instead. Though again, like...
Around for you, what's the best Arcade target? For the Maiden's Shield?
I would say potentially a lock. The Margarita you can put Spying on and copy to answer one of the engines here from Salty, but we're not going to see Margarita played here, I'm pretty sure.
Do I enjoy it?
You can copy the Vandergrift.
Perhaps.
You're gonna move the Maiden's Shield.
Yeah, exactly. Probably Windhelm of Archer would be the second best copy here, I'd imagine. Vandergrift would be nice to get the resilience, but you're probably more worried about not getting too old here. Also, this leader from Gemetti, it's not going to be finding value, I think.
Okay.
Like,
I guess
unless
if I
maybe
command
the
Oniro,
okay, the Neromancy would be good, but I expect
like a
we're just going to
Rune
see the
Mage, I guess?
Neromancy come down here.
or a Renfree's gang, either one would be good.
Yeah.
But it's Salty's turn.
Yeah.
You just played a Knight Errant here, and then you mad charge it, right? Which, or boost.
Or I think you prefer putting the Mad Charge on the Maiden's Shield.
True. Okay, so that's the only.
Yeah,
so,
which is what we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, well the only good leader target's gone now. I don't see how Gemetti comes back.
The king and
Yes. Yeah. This leader is gonna be quite sad. Look at these points.
He doesn't even
Yeah.
use inspiration. He doesn't have to. There's
Yeah,
nothing
no
threatening
need
this.
to.
He knows there's no locks. Only thing would be a Renfree now, which is what
Also, just wait for these graces to start triggering a chain reaction.
If I'm Gemetti, I double cross, I play Renfree, and I look for, the lucky destroyed cat. But I guess not.
Yeah.
You'll be a count once I'm
It's
done
not
with you.
happening.
Yeah.
Golden Age Torture.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't see that come down here.
This is good. I mean, I don't. He can get 2-0. I'm very scared of this. If I'm
Yeah,
Milford,
me
but
too.
Maybe Gemetti knows. I mean, he's super.
Yeah. Also,
level player.
slight mistake there with the placement of the Knight Errant. If it was placed between the double Mage Torturers, it would have been boosting by 2. Now it's only boosting by 1.
Oh yeah. See that says to me that Gemetti has not played around with this Knight's deck too much.
Yeah, which I've not played this Knight's deck. I've played against it a decent amount. But I've not really played it.
There's a lot of it's actually a surprising amount of nuance to it, to positioning
Yeah.
in this Knight's deck. Because I was against an opponent who used like a boost to trigger a Grace on this, which triggered a Grace on the next card, and like it was like a 4-card chain reaction that was perfectly timed to.
Which, yeah, there you go.
With the Erendite boosting something and triggering the Grace, yeah, like that's
Yeah.
my god. 67 to 19. He's thinking about leader.
So- Gemetti can steal the Erendite, but that's
That's a good
okay.
Erendite to
Gemetti
steal.
can steal the Erendite.
Maybe
It
he should
will
wait
retain-
until he knows Salty's gonna pass, but I guess
I mean, you probably you can what you can do. You can swap the Erendite for like this Mage Assassin, play this 10 damage Erendite and kill something, and then you still have it for round 3.
oh that's true.
Because it doesn't have Doomed if you solve with Vilgefortz here.
Yes. Yeah, because he
we have
gains
the
Doom when he
Renfree.
goes back into the deck.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so you did get the Destroy 10 and a Boost 12. Those are some very good Renfree rolls, especially
Yes.
considering no Rune Mage has been played. Talented draws from Mr. Gemetti.
Yeah. The shield on Windhelm is gone, it looks like. Oh, right, because this standard turncoat can actually keep popping the shield on Windhelm. That's actually quite a nice counter there.
But I mean, a Knight Errant should come. I mean, if it's me, I play Knight Errant between. These are not going to get as much value next round. I start-
Yeah.
Wow, he's playing the Squire. But is he just going to go full?
Wait. Oh, right, the Terranova. I guess you play the Squire here, you get the infusion onto the next knight you play. Maybe it was slightly better to just get the 2-point per turn engine ticking immediately.
Yeah, I would have just
Not
assumed that
smart.
I'm playing the 2 Knight Errants and then I'm mulligan the Squires, but
Lay down, my lady.
maybe he's probably
I
done the
shall be
math
with
and it
you
actually works out
shortly.
better this way.
Yeah. Interesting to note here is that this placement here is great from Salty. This Knight Errant will actually triple boost per turn now because the Bronwyn doubling beam like
Oh
boost
my
it gets.
goodness. Okay,
Grace
that's
immediately
why.
triggers.
It was going
Gives
to be
the
the
shield to
Bronwyn target.
Windhelm. No, also because procs triggers go left to right at the end of your turn. The Knight Errant Grace triggers, it gives the shield to Windhelm. Then Windhelm checks for his shield and he boosts by 2.
Yeah, although the shield's gone
Now
again.
the shield is gone again, but it also does boost by 2 because that's
Oh, he's
what the
gonna do it
infusion
again.
does. Yeah.
Well, this time with leader. Wow, Salty
Yeah.
really seems to have a
Wait,
good
is there
command
space on front, bro?
Yes, there's one.
Yeah,
space.
there's one space.
Well, for now. There
No,
goes
there won't
Jametti.
be. There you go.
Wow, he sees exactly. This is exactly where the Knight Errant would go.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, you did that to me once. You're not gonna do it again.
Yes.
And-
Problem is, Blightmaker Arendite is decent points here from Jametti, but I'm not convinced it'll be enough to catch up.
So this Errant's just gonna be like a 4+1 per turn,
4 plus, yes.
and then this leader can give it 3.
Maybe use the Grace to try and ensure the 2-0 here. You could boost this Squire up and just
Yeah,
get
and this is
the...
gonna only boost like 1 less per turn. Yeah, he goes for it, and okay. So it's Blightmaker coming down first.
No good wine will
Arendite's at 12.
Ooh, snipes the shield. Don't think it matters, but you would prefer not to do that.
Wouldn't, like, since Arendite's not growing, wasn't Arendite first? This doesn't matter. It's too many points.
Yeah, I don't think it makes a difference there.
Easy to, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Knight's
think
getting value.
you guys have seen it. An ROP. Most people talk about how strong Nilfgaard is, but you know, goes to show you can't really, count any decks out.
Yeah, in round 3, Salty would have had like nothing left there. I think it was literally just a lock left, but you don't need round 3 if you just get the 2-0, which is able to do that quite handily. So yeah, Salty ties the series up here 1-1, getting that win with the Knights list. So now we're going back with Jametti on this blue coin. I think we'll probably see the hidden cash come out unless he wants to take the assimilate again.
Yep.
Salty on the red coin might take the pirates again here. Or, now here's the thing. The hidden cash from Jametti isn't a great matchup into both the pirates and the guerrilla tactics, frankly. Because those decks both run a lot of control.
Yep.
And can bully a lot of the stuff the hidden cash tries to do. Now, I would have been guessing Hidden Cash most likely would have preferred Knights as its matchup, because the poisons can get a lot of value in that.
Yeah, that should be a
Knights.
free win.
Yeah, Knights don't have a lot of answers. Again, like you're limited to that lock. The Arendite pretty much is your main answers. Can't get through the Scarabs at all. And can put up comparable engine value to the Knights list too. So yeah.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the players who might be taking breaks or planning which deck to queue with.
Yeah, a lot of thoughts does go into queuing decks at certain times. Which maybe Jametti actually should have queued this Hidden Cash last game.
On red coin.
If then, yeah, Lich, you probably don't really like queuing Hidden Cash on red coin, but if you're like heavily expecting Salty to take the Knights on blue, it's probably a much better matchup than Assimilate into Knights.
Yeah, Knights have Arendite. That's a good point, actually. We didn't think about it, I didn't think about it. Puppy. But there, it would have been. You absolutely want to play that on blue coin, so you can assume that it's going to be Knights, and you probably should have played Hidden Cash there. Even on red coin, you have a much better chance of winning. You just poison all the tall things, you boost just as much as Knights do, but you have control.
Yeah. Salty, I think it doesn't really matter as much what he takes. To me, the Pirates and the Guerrilla Tactics play somewhat similarly. They're both rent-free lists. They both have a pretty good amount of control in them. I don't think either particularly favors the blue coin. Perhaps you want the Squire on blue coin, because then you can play your dunk and boost that up. Though again, if we're running into this hidden cache and this Nilfgaard, I don't think... Can either of them actually answer an unboosted dunker? Not sure. Because the Veil means that poisons won't work on the dunker from the hidden cache list. You're not running any of like the shady vendors. You can't try and high roll a payday to kill the dunker. Seems like a pretty safe bet here that the dunker's just going to stick no matter what it goes up against.
Yep. Sorry, I realized I actually haven't eaten lunch today. So I'm using this short break to do that while Derp covers for me.
Cool.
And he would like you to pet him more.
I can try to pet Derp. I'm not sure if... Wait, I think it'll be like this way, kind of. I don't know if that worked or not. Trying to like wave my hand at the side of my face cam and reach Derp, but... I'm sorry, Derp. I wish I could pat you properly. I guess I'll just ramble a little bit more. Oh no, we're actually going to the game here. Which we do see the Assimilate again, coming out on this blue coin, going to the Pirates. Which, yeah, we don't see the hidden cache. I think Assimilate will have a better matchup into Pirates than hidden cache does.
Yeah. No, that's smart. So he's just gonna try and win with Assimilate and then...
Yeah.
play...
Although the problem is you're gonna have to get hidden cache true at some point.
True, and all that's gonna be left is Pirates or... Because the greedy deck got
Square.
through. The one deck that hidden cache was good against has already gone through.
Yeah. I would imagine cache is a bit better on the blue coin. Generally speaking, actually, yeah, because Salty is the one actually running control here, so hitting cache on blue coin can actually have a bit of a better chance of things sticking. Yeah, we have a quite nice hand here from Jamedi here. You have both Blight Makers, you have the Renfree's Gang. Actually, did he mean to keep the Renfree's Gang here? If I'm playing a Assimilate, I always mulligan Renfree's Gang round 1. Because if your opponent... Because basically your opponent can't play Renfree's Gang until you've played Renfree's Gang as Nilfgaard. Because you can just copy it and get a huge Renfree's Gang.
I feel like as Pirates, round 1, like, oftentimes I don't even want Renfree's Gang in my hand, because it doesn't gain armor.
Yeah.
But also, like, on red point, you can keep it for reach. So you play everything else, and then when Nilfgaard passes, you just play Renfree's Gang for gold points of point slam.
Yeah, that's the other line you can take, I think. Which, we'll see how well Salty can hang in here and try and catch up with that Renfree's Gang later.
Yeah, this Starge is going to play for 1,000,000 points if it's not answered.
Yeah. Wonder... Which, that was quite a nice snipe from the Blightmaker, because this lines the bird up to be killed with this Mage Assassin. I wonder if Jamedi just takes the Mage Assassin now or waits for something else to be next to the boat.
Good point. Also, a reminder, chat, you can make predictions. Predict who's gonna win. You could be rich. In Toby's. Interesting. Volker goes up. Armor. But you would have gotten armor on this as well. So maybe he's leaving the Sergeant
Behind you.
as a special mark target.
Just one look.
Yeah. Because I think... Look, Nilfgaard does have some boost in like a round 2. They might also have boost if they get the booster 12 from Renfree.
Mm-hmm.
But typically this Sergeant is just going to go like super tall and can be the way that you stick here in round 1. You just need to Morkvarg that later. You could have maybe used the Holger and the leader to kill the sergeant, but if you weren't going to finish off the sergeant, I don't see much point in damaging it down.
Yeah. I guess we'll probably see a Corsair next, maybe on the Guardian or on the...
Yeah, I'd say so. Possibly depends a little into which row Jimedi plays into here. If
Right.
the stratagem gets clicked, you might see the Mage Assassin instead. Oh, wait, it was Salty's turn here, so yeah, we'll just do that. Holger snipes the infusion, so yeah, there you go.
Take him to the woods and release the
My
hound.
duty? To stick my nose
Your
where
Corsair?
it doesn't
My
belong.
Corsair. See how good his
Quite an
talents
early
is?
death.
Oh, he gets the Roach. But there is some armor, and pirates aren't going to take as much damage from these Corsairs as Nilfgaard will.
Yeah, and if Salty could even just play the other Corsair here, get even more armor in that front row, and deny as much value from the Cataclysm as possible.
Exactly. That's, I mean, there's a Brothans on the back row. That's what I would do. I would just stick the infusion on this one Power Blight Maker. There's 2 rounds of Cataclysm. The odds of it dying are pretty high.
Yeah.
But maybe he wants more tempo than that. I don't know.
Yeah, it can be because you'd effectively be adding 3 turns of Cataclysm to this back row. That means you're waiting for 5 turns for that Cataclysm to fully resolve,
True.
which
true.
can be a little bit slow. You might just go for this front row Mage Assassin, which fairly likely to die. Doesn't die, but you can finish it off with a back row boat next turn anyways.
You're gonna get it
There's a
now.
lot of little things that I don't even think about, even when I'm watching the game and not playing it.
Yeah, and like a lot of things like I don't pick on either. Like
Yeah, imagine how many things were Lemon's missing.
like I don't play with the Morkvarg, so like I honestly wasn't even thinking about using the Morkvarg as like the late answer to the Sergeant until you picked up on that, which yeah, like that's like
I
a
have
big way
value,
that Salty's
chat.
going to hang in here.
I said a smart thing. Lemon said so.
I think you say quite a few smart things.
Smart ass, baby. Is that allowed? Is that against the Kreve standard and conducts policy?
No, I think that's so fine.
All right. We'll fix it in post, chat. We'll fix it in post. Also, I'd like to point out that we have closed captioning for any of our viewers who need hearing assistance or captions for any reason. There's a little CC button. You can turn that on. We're fancy. So you have 12 reach with the Renfri's gang, 3 from the Cataclysm.
Yes.
So that's 15. That's actually just enough. So you can play.
You get
anything
ahead
here.
with the Renfri's gang.
True, yeah. Do you though?
Yes.
Yeah, because
I
the
wonder if you
Brothan's been
just play the
played.
max thingy.
The Informant's been played.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
Yeah, the
easy
Renfri's gang is
Renfri's
safe. It's not going to be copied. Well, yeah. Well, you don't know that. Maybe Jimedi has the like actual vanilla Duchess's informant in hand. But I think you can just play boats
Didn't
here.
he play that
You
already?
can maxi next turn.
Oh, that was just from the
no,
Brothans.
the
Okay.
Brathans played the informant. There's another one from deck.
It's gonna have to
Ooh.
be Vigo.
Yeah, I don't think that's what Salty was looking for there.
Wait, Salty's the one on this fight? No.
Oh, Jimedi, sorry.
I was like, what? Have I been wrong this whole time?
Yeah, that's not quite right.
I'm never wrong.
Banishes the ship there.
Okay, and we got a raid
It's
from
a
Darkina. Thank you so
raid.
much for joining us. For new viewers, we are currently casting the finals of Season 5 of Kreve League with me as Mr. Lemon.
Hello.
Yes, and this is Game 3, correct? So far the score is
Yes,
1-1.
we are tied up 1-1. So yes, game 3 right now. I wonder, can Salty push for an uneven here? This Maxi is relatively slow, but this Morkvarg and Renfri's gang are quite high tempo.
Yeah, more
And
is
yeah,
12 points, and I think so is.
Your magic can't harm me.
Looks like
No
he's-
magic can.
Oh, he's gonna lead her. Oh, and kill the Brothans. Okay, interesting.
I like that. I like that
It's a very good.
because now
place.
you're securing the one uneven here pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't have been super happy if Jiminy passes here, because then you have to play Morg Vargo and Freeze Gang, which can be quite good cards.
Here comes the double cross.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing: like, if the Renfree's Gang was still in deck here for Jimedy, you could have copied the Renfree's Gang with the leader
Yeah.
and gotten growth out, but
Now you should
that
know.
line not open.
So now Salty knows for a fact that, or should know with pretty high certainty that he can just play Renfree's Gang and he can't get copied.
Yeah, exactly. So what did we take? We got the stratagem spawns on the curse and the whenever you pass boost by 5 on the infusion, which might help Jimedy here not get a loss on even. In fact,
What was the squirrel used on? Sorry.
got rid of a boat, the front row boat.
Huh. And I guess the squirrel is a deploy, but I didn't see
Yeah.
what the other options were on Vigo, but
It was a turncoat was the other one, and I think Renfree's Gang.
okay. Then yeah. Turncoat would have
Yeah.
come down as a 1, immediately gotten killed.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't gotten any value other than giving spying.
Yeah.
Squirrel at least
And for-
takes away a boat, which can't be focused
Yeah.
yet, which is probably a good thing.
Especially with the lack of like answers of like no locks and stuff from Jimedy, you don't really want that boat getting res, especially when you're playing things like Terra Nova that do multiple units in a turn.
I wonder what Jimedy was hoping for with the Roderick. Was he hoping maybe for a Rune Mage, most likely?
I'd be guessing Rune Mage.
But if you get like a Sire and and
Sire build
Vilgefortz,
would
you're
have
kind
been
of
worst
screwed.
case.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
There goes my game. But I guess he didn't want to lose on even, which is fair. He manages to
Yeah.
win the round, right?
Yes, Salty did pass there. Has both the Morgfog and Renfree's Gang still in hand here.
That's a very interesting pass.
I mean, you would have had to play both to catch up,
Oh,
and
both? Okay.
maybe just chose that wouldn't have been worth it. Yeah, if you got ahead with one, definitely you'll do it, but wasn't able to in that case.
But at least he got the leader, which is really... Now he has freedom to keep Renfree in hand, although he doesn't draw it yet. But
Yeah.
it always feels good whenever I play against NG Renfree decks. If I get the leader round 1, I'm so happy. I feel like I already won the game.
Especially when you force out in a situation like that, you've used
Boss doesn't
relatively little on the side of Salty.
Yeah,
You
he just
did
played a
use the
bunch of
leader
bronzes and
Yeah.
a Holger, which is a perfectly fine round 1 card.
Yeah.
On the side of Jimedy, he used Renfree, he used Brothans, he used his leader, he used Vigo and Roderick. That's a lot of
Yeah.
power gone.
Yeah, both Blight Makers as well.
Yeah, and now here comes Renfree's gang, so Salty can easily do the same if he wants.
Yeah, this. I'm curious if Salty tries to get ahead here with like a Renfree's Gang plus leader, or might just.
Yeah, I would save it. I don't know. That seems like much.
Yeah, it does seem like a bit much. The Kruk doesn't have a lot of things to give armor to here. There's no Terror of the Seas, no Bjorn in hand.
What about a
Which Salty
Ficusia
would
into
prefer.
a boat?
Sharpen the
I
bow,
guess he goes for
boys.
that.
Without the, you'll be playing a back row boat, which isn't as great as like a front row boat.
Yeah. Plus, you
wouldn't be
there's
putting
only
you
like 4
ahead in-
turns left,
yeah.
or 5 turns. So you wouldn't even get full rain value, I guess.
Yeah,
But what's his next
potentially
card?
you might be better raising a Holger, but we'll see if that's the case.
Jimedy can just play Rune Mage here.
Yeah, I think that seems like the line you take here. Yeah, wonder what runestone. I feel like different players prefer to take different runestones. We see the Nilfgaard one come out.
I always take monsters. Well, when I'm playing Vamps, that is, because you can get a
Yeah.
Vampire, you can get a Movement, you can get a Purify. It's just, there's a lot of good options, and you can get Thrive
Yeah.
units. It's great. But for utility, if I need a lock, Nilfgaard. If I need a boost, NR or ST.
Yeah, if it's a dry pass, I always take Nilfgaard, you know, praying you get that Kingslayer into a Renfree or something.
Wholesome Lemon, always going for the nil option. I hope you get some negative point Cantarellas in your future.
Don't worry, I don't play Cantarella, no need to worry about that.
Oh, you just like the high roll into Kingslayers. That's somehow not that much better, if at all. How about this music, by the way? What music is excellent? Oh, you probably can't hear it. But
No, I
I'm
don't,
playing
but-
a live concert of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
I'll just use my imagination, which music, yeah, it's pretty good.
Sam, don't embarrass me in front of the chat. Link one of my good clips. Oh my god. My mods just live to hit me. So we got the yeah, I actually forgot. Jametti got the whenever you pass boost by 5.
Yep. Me
strategy.
too.
So he was never like Salty was never getting ahead with.
Yeah,
Tempe's
never getting
game.
hit with like a leader, yeah.
We're just terrible casters. I'm the best observer for not even bouncing over it.
So we need 10 points here to catch up on the side of Salty. Droggery won't do it. Even if you use Cracklier, it's
You got
barely
to
putting you over the line.
It
think
also
it's- you
stops
could
it from
walk
getting spied
far.
on.
But it opens it up to Villaforts as well.
Oh, right.
Which I guess we see Leader as well here.
Yeah, leader the 7. He gets damage and you get 1 extra point. What? Whatever.
It doesn't matter either way.
Yeah, he's
mean,
gets it
you-
either
you-
way, but that's
yeah.
1 more point.
Yes, it is. And you would have gotten a damaged unit regardless. You would have gotten the armor on Morkvog, though you don't really need 12 armor on Morkvog.
I did promise Salty we would skewer his terrible plays on Twitter. So Salty, that was the throw of the nothing, but just
Yes, the throw that totally mattered.
you mocking me. My co-caster is mocking me.
Not at all. Not at all.
We're keeping the
First thing
score up.
here
Henry.
is Salty, yes. Which Salty possibly opens with the Fukushi into Croc here. I would be guessing that's the play. So Skrull not really gonna do much.
Oh, he doesn't. Wait, oh no, he mulligans the boat. Wow. Mulligans the
Wants to
bird.
find Terror of the Seas
Gets the peller.
and doesn't get it. So might actually start with the Triss here to get the Terror of the Seas in hand.
True,
which
true.
would actually open up the Skrull for Jametti.
Wow.
That could be,
Jametti with the foresight.
yeah, that could be quite deadly for Salty there.
Because you always, I mean, if you get a Fukusia crack, you do it turn 1. Wait, why don't you ride because you want to give the armor from...
Because, yeah, Terror of the Seas...
He might still do it, though. Because he knows this is Squirrel in
Yeah.
the opponent's...
The question is, do you expect your opponent to keep the Skrull? I'm not sure.
Well, there's... What stratagem does
Yeah.
Jametti run in his deck? Sorry, chat.
The stratagem is Magic Clamp.
Oh, okay. So it's not a lock. I thought maybe you could use the rent-free leader to get a locked collar.
Magic dice.
Oh, we don't
This
see
world dies
the
with it.
Skrull here?
Wait a second. He's gonna go for Cursed Scroll. He has sired the rent-free into his deck.
Yes.
and
Oh,
he's,
so he's
he's
just
gonna
putting
try
the
and get
Skrull
Cursed Scroll
back?
from stratagem. Wow. For the squirrel. That's what the squirrel's for.
Yeah, and there's, I believe, a 5 in 7 chance you hit your Curse Scroll here with the back row stratagem. So, most likely you're going to hit it, but there is that slim chance you do miss.
Yeah, I guess chat points out also you could put spying on Triss, and then play
Yeah.
Triss through Artad and send back squirrel, pick up. So there's multiple ways of getting.
Yeah, although I still would have thought, like, you have 2 Mage Tortures, you could have put one of them back with your Curse Scroll or Triss regardless and still get the Banish on Crack.
Yep. So I guess this
'Cause,
is
yeah.
Fukusia.
Yeah, here we go, here's the Crack. You do have 3 Pirates and boats in hand,
One and all.
giving armor to all of them.
That's good crack value right there.
Yes.
Especially since there's no lock. And there's no lock stratagem either.
No. Misses the Curse Scroll.
So now he's gonna have to copy the Triss. What were his other
I
spying
know the
targets that he-
truth.
What else did
I
he do in
simply
spying
want
to?
you to
I'll
admit.
be Holger.
Holger around 1, I think.
Yeah, and maybe even a Corsair. My favorite 5 provision Eager.
Yes.
Using this cast as a platform from all of my personal pet peeves and issues.
Oh wait, actually, I forgot that Vogue Renegade also swaps a card in your hand anyways.
Oh,
So
right,
you,
right.
that's the other thing I forgot because I haven't played with that card
So
like
he
much at
needed
all.
a Mage Torturer and he needed, like, he needs 2 discard
Yeah,
targets.
basically was probably hoping for like 2 cards to change around there.
Yeah. So who's got last say? Is it Jametti? Yeah.
Yes.
Because he kept card advantage around too.
Yeah.
The breed.
The wind is all
Which the stratagems here are good because you kind of just anything you play here is gonna die most likely from Jametti. So
Yeah. But it's just whenever Bjorn lands next to a Croc and half your like or your entire board disappears, I just
yeah.
it hurts me inside.
So the Fukusha, if we see the Fukusha come from the Terra Nova, I believe we can only res this deranged Corsair. And oh right, you can. Okay, so you can get the Roderick back with Vilg Renegade. That does open up the Renfrey from the Roderick. Here. I wonder. Do we just see the Terra Nova come down as the next card from Jametti next?
Was there nothing
or-
better than Roderick?
Well, Roderick gives you a Renfrey, and it saves you having to use your Terra Nova for the Triss.
True.
So
I guess
I'd say that's probably the best. Okay,
what
and
the
we
order of it is. Salty is
So-
really like waiting on his Renfrey.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
you know,
I-
in terms of my Artod target, or what I give Spine to, I might want to wait and see what the Renfrey is. If it's going to be a boost lowest by,
Yeah.
you know, or set lowest power to 10, I might want to copy a Morkvarg.
Out of the way, rabble!
yeah.
Renfrey comes out first.
Curious.
I have scores
I'm guessing
to
it's.
settle.
I mean, it's going to be Terra and then Renfrey last, right? Another
I would be
strategy.
guessing, yes.
What are the blessings? 8 damage.
8 damage is probably best.
How much armor is there?
Not
well,
much, just on the Morkvarg. Just miss the armor, easy.
Just be town.
Oh, takes the 5 on the pass? That's interesting. So if Jametti, obvious, like, okay, there's no way Salty plays Renfrey here. If he did, then the 5 on pass infusion wouldn't be getting any value here.
Right.
Yeah, I think we'll just see Terra the Seas probably.
So he just
6,
really
7 jumps
assumed
to
that
Renfrey.
the 8 damage is gonna hit the armor 3 times. Probably because he's gonna
Yeah.
use it near the end. So
Yeah.
there might be more armored units.
I mean, use the leader this turn anyways to kill the Croc, so the armor would have been going on. Sorry, the
Yeah,
8 damage would
you're
have been
right,
going
you're
to this board state, which it might have balanced out. Might have been like 1 more point, but then again, maybe the Rain or the Deranged Corsair would have gotten less value if you did that as well, which is the other thing. Because you're probably going for Terra Nova here, I would say.
And if I insert a needle
But why would
here,
you turn Nova
what
first?
then?
Because you get more. Because you get the Rain on the. Actually, it doesn't make a difference actually.
Yeah,
Because you get
you're
the Rain on
playing
the
last.
Fukusha. Actually, aren't you playing Fukusha?
Yeah, it's the
I think
thief.
you assume whatever you play is gonna die, so you
Yeah.
play the most points you can in the last turn.
Yeah.
So, or I don't know. I don't know if that's actually correct, but that's like my intuitive. Like, what does he even have in graveyard to res in terms of skill? Oh, he has a Morkvar.
Oh wait, when did I didn't realize Jametti had played a Morkvarg. I guess that's a little better than the Corsair here.
Sacrifice
I thought it was only the Deranged Corsair. Ooh.
Wow, 3 points. Very close game.
I think there's a couple points there in that round too where perhaps Jametti could have squeezed a few more points out. I'm curious about clicking the stratagems as early as he did.
Oh
Could
yeah,
have just
why did
saved
he do
them
that?
the last term. Did it before clicking the Renfrey. I'm not sure if there was some blessing or curse that was like it was going to be
Ah.
better if the stratagems were clicked. I'm not sure.
I mean, the only thing would be like boost by base power, but he surely had
Yeah.
other units with. Okay, so what's the score now?
Jamedi is down 1-2, so Salty has the lead 2-1. Salty needs to get his guerrilla tactics through. Has 2 chances here. Will be up against the hidden cache and the Nilfgaard to do so. Which also, I find it kind of ironic because Salty banned. Oh no, Jamedi banned Nilfgaard of Salty and then is struggling to get his own Nilfgaard through now, which is slightly ironic.
True. Although he has a much less control he set up. Right?
Yeah, that's true as well. Salty was running the Vilga forts.
Yeah.
Well, actually, both Vilga forts, I guess, like the vanilla Vilga forts, which can be used to just answer a
Like
big
when
threat.
I run the control guerrilla tactics deck with Scoia'tael, I always take the long round against assimilate. If they give it to me because they think I'm assimilate, I just kill all their engines and they'd lose.
Look, I think the way Jamedi wins is that in the assimilate matchup needs to make sure that the dwarf package sticks. Sorry, wait, no. Jamedi's going to be playing the Nilfgaard. So as the Nilfgaard player, you need to be effectively trying to get as much value as Mage Torturers and good bleeding as you can to shut down the dwarf package. When I'm up against like any Scoia'tael, the main thing I try to do is make sure that Munro doesn't get value. Because if you can shut down the Munro, you're in a much better place.
Yeah.
Of
That's why I
course, it
love
can be
the
pretty hard to shut down.
rent-free option of Sloth with ST, where you can just do the whole thing in one turn and not worry about your combos getting countered. Must be nice. Grab a drink real quick. All right.
There will be no negotiation.
So we have Scoia'tael against Nilfgaard.
Yes, so saving the hidden cache for blue coin here on the side of Jamedi, playing the Nilfgaard here again on this red coin.
To be fair, that last game was so close that it really could have gone.
Yeah,
either
that
way.
game was really, really close. A couple different decisions, different draws might have decided that.
Yeah. Jamedi has both Renfi's gang in hand and actually chose to keep them in hand. Well, I mean, he also has Knickers. He had, Mage Assassin in hand, and so he just chose to make
Yeah,
his
it's a
fight
lot
makers
of
work.
bricks. Yeah, probably can't contest this round a whole lot.
He
I'll be
also
back
has
in
a
a sec.
squirrel. It's just the greatest possible hand you can imagine.
Yeah, I'm just going to let my dog out. I'll be back in 1 second.
So chat, what kind of filter? Puppy! You guys saw the puppy? What kind of filter should we apply to Lemon's cam while he's gone? Without his knowledge. Did Jamedi maybe overcommit a bit in round 1? I know round control is important, but I feel like... Yeah, I think the Roderick was a little bit questionable, but, I'm also not
Let us sing the song of
anywhere near Jamedi's level, so I have no idea, honestly, what the
Yeah,
best
I
line
think
there was.
was also, especially with a lot of the pressure Salty was putting on, it was kind of a forced play. Needing
Yeah,
to...
he was about to lose on even. It wasn't so much that he
Yeah.
wanted to get round control, he just didn't want to lose on even.
No, the trick there is you just need to be skilled and hit the rune mage, right? That's what you need to do.
Yeah. Sometimes like the low probability line is actually the highest win rate line, so you just go for it.
Yeah. I mean, it was a 50-50 to hit the rune mage, just unfortunate to miss it there. But anyways, let's focus on this game instead. Although I don't think there's too much to say about this round 1, frankly. We'll see if Salty decides to play this Dunker to get a bit of carryover in hand buffs. Salty doesn't know it, but I don't really see how Jamedi can contest here.
You click the Dunka. I really hate sergeants. I always want them to die.
Defeat them with hunger.
Yeah.
I overvalue engines quite a bit. on both
Yeah,
sides
I
because I love
love
engines.
sergeants as the Nilfgaard player. Like, I in a hyper thin list where everything you play is deploy as well, it can be really, really great.
Yeah. And assimilate, like it actually procs more than your assimilate engine.
Yeah,
Because every card has a
Like that-
deploy, not every card procs assimilate.
yeah. Like there was a reason that you would usually be running sergeants over the actual ducal guards, even in an assimilate list, because more procs.
But apparently we look like from the TV series of Netflix. I look like Vilgefortz.
You weren't expecting this, were you?
I don't know what to think of that. But please don't burn me, I guess.
I mean,
Don't play.
but you're Vilgefortz and I'm Reigns.
But in the TV show, Reigns is the fire. The guy.
Yeah, I mean in the books as well, but I think they went a bit more fire heavy in the show. Although isn't Vilgefortz like actually the master of? Maybe that's spoilers. I shouldn't be saying stuff.
Wow. So I taught you everything you know. Is that what I? Wow. Okay. That's the only conclusion I can make from that.
We're not going into spoilers. This is a spoiler.
You already spoiled it, man. Everybody figured it out. Please send your lawsuits to lemon@lemon.com.
I'll get it done.
Okay, so this Splatmaker has put enough pressure onto Salty here to force out one of Salty's leader charges, and we see the cleanup coming through on the turncoat.
That was quite the rope there. Could have gone very badly.
Yeah, I was worried there for a second.
Also, I'm not sure that leader charge is necessary.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I wonder if we were gonna see. I mean, it's not like. I mean, you could have just like Bowmaned as well, and I don't think turncoat is that worrying. Like, it's just doing like 1 damage there.
Yeah, it's like a half a point a turn engine.
Yeah.
It's a 4-power croc on crate without the passive.
Wait, what did Jamedi mulligan there? Because only one of the Renfri's gang is gone. Did he draw a Mage Assassin with his first draw?
I don't know.
Because we still
Munchie's
have the
in
knickers in
chat.
hand.
And I'm more distracted by the cat. My favorite emote in all of Twitch. So that's what I'll choose to talk about. I'm trying to subscribe now on the other window during this cast so that I can spam that emote because apparently my subscription ran out again. Sorry, you were saying?
I wasn't saying much. I'm just saying this. Speaking of cats and dogs, we have this knickers still in Jamedi's hand, which is not a fan of, and a squirrel too, which.
He's just keeping
Not
the whole
banishing
zoo.
much.
It's...
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
what is going on with
actually, yeah.
Jamedi's draws? Or like,
I don't know. I feel bad for him. It's
I
not
mean,
great.
he didn't mulligan them either. What did he? I missed it. Maybe he's.
The problem is the mulligans are so fast, especially if you just keep drawing bricks. You just mulligan the bricks, but if you draw more bricks, you're just building a house.
And if I insert a needle here,
Chat.
what then?
Watch out, tasteless Nartoses. We're coming for you. Lemon didn't get that. Didn't even know who they were. He's like, that's,
No, I have heard of them. Okay, I've just not
it's like,
really seen.
it's like
too
if that's
much
not a
of them.
TikTok filter, I don't understand it.
I don't even do TikTok. Okay, come on.
I'm sorry. There's probably some slang that I don't understand.
So, when you're looking at this from Salty's perspective, you have Chariot, you have Zolson, you have Munro, you have Milva in hand. Not great. We have a lot of bricks in this game, but the key thing here is Jamedi doesn't have Mage Infiltrator, doesn't have Brathens, isn't able to shut down these rowdy dwarves. What do we... Is this Vigo? I
Yep.
think this is Vigo for Blightmaker most likely. Was
Wow.
probably hoping to find a Mage Infiltrator to kill these dwarves, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
doesn't find that
Where's the Brothens? Also in deck.
in deck.
Wow.
Terra Nova, Brathens, and Renfri are all in deck here, so...
You know,
yeah,
instead of
not
Squirrel and Knickers,
great.
Jamedi should really try and draw some of these cards.
Yeah.
I'll
I think if it was-
give him some tips after the game about how to draw better.
If it was the other way around, Salty actually does have reason to keep the Skrull in his hand a bit more, trying to banish the Renfri at
Sure.
the start of next round. Although, of course, Nilfgaard, the Jamedi will have the first say in round 3, so it's questionable how valuable that will be. It's interesting here to see when the Zoltan gets played, because you do want to not kill things with the Zoltan to get it online. You could even just slam the Munro, because again, Jamedi can't answer the Munro. We see a pass.
Wow.
Okay, Jamedi's happy with that, I think.
Given his hand, I would
Yeah.
bet. Does he just... And this weird, interesting, the Chariot was played, and then... Just... You have a perfect... Like, how often are you going to get your dwarves to live, and then... Don't you just play the Monroe there automatically?
Yeah, that's what I'm
You can
curious
keep the Zoltan
about.
if you want, but I play the Monroe there every time. I know you have a
'Cause-
Brick Milva, but...
Yeah, you still have Mage Infiltrator and Brathens in the deck of Jamedi here. And you only have the Zoltan and the Chariot to get the Rowdy Dwarves here on the side of Salty. So if you even have one Mage Infiltrator, that can really deny the value that the Monroe is going to get. And you even have both the Mage Infiltrator and Brathens.
Absolutely.
We see the Mage Infiltrator get kicked.
Has Jamedi used
Still have
leader
the
yet?
Squirrel.
No, it looks like he hasn't. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a misplay. Especially if
Yeah,
Cow Witcher Saboteurs, they can play for a lot of points.
We do have the benefit of seeing Jamedi's hand and knowing that Jamedi would have been screwed in a push there, but
Sure, but doesn't Salty
Yeah.
know that there's no Infiltrator? Otherwise, those Rowdy Doors would have been dead.
I would have expected so, yeah.
Like, you don't leave Rowdy Doors alive if you have an Infiltrator, ever.
No.
Especially, it's not even like Jamedi was tempoing ahead.
But you also hear, like, look, so we have no Chariot in hand from Salty. We have the Zoltan. The Rowdy Dwarfs from the Zoltan can just be cleaned up with the Brathens into Mage Infiltrator. So then Munro is playing as a nice 6-point for however many, 6 for 12. Feels good. So this is the way that Jamedi is actually going to be able to bring it back here.
Yeah, so what I try to do here is I try to get my leader out as Salty and play Renfri and hope for the best. Like, sure, it gets copy once, but it's better than getting leader. I just try to play the
Yeah.
Renfris early. Since it's already in hand, I have Triss. Like, I guess he can Triss for a Chariot, that's something, but then he sacrifices Geralt.
Yeah, it's not certain whether Geralt will find a kill in this matchup either.
Yeah, you don't have to go above 9, really.
No, especially if the turnover comes down late. The Brathens is being played from Mage Infiltrator. I don't think the Geralt will find a target. Nice little roll there, cleaning up the dwarf.
Cheaty. It's actually got a Guardian Soldier up on a tree. That's gruesome. I did not realize that at all.
Yeah, it's basically an Nilfgaard card anyway, so it's pretty lore accurate to have this Panther here for Jamedi, regardless. More lore accurate than these Renfri gangs, I think. Yeah, so
I mean, I guess he's keeping the Berserker as his swap card for
Yeah.
Triss. He could.
I think do you even just Triss to change the Berserker for a Chariot here?
Yeah,
And then actually,
that's a
the
no-brainer.
problem is when you use Triss, you basically are telling Jamedi, hey, I have a Renfri in my hand. Because
Yeah,
when it comes to this matchup, you either take the line off, you keep the Renfri in your hand, and then basically pray that you can squeeze it in after they've played their Spine Givers and before the leader,
Your name, young man.
or you keep Renfri in your deck and use your Triss to get it back in your hand.
Brother just got used.
Yes, so maybe Jamedi is just thinking, if a Chariot comes down, I can't deal with that. The Rowdy Dwarf's just going to get value. There's no point in me saving it for Mage Infiltrator.
Well, why would Jamedi think that?
Because you expect them to most likely have this Dwarven Chariot in hand, especially the pass in round 2. I think you'd be maybe just expecting that Salty has the other Chariot in hand anyways here.
But even if they have Chariot, right? If you kill it, one
Yes.
chariot's been played. If you kill it, you're still denying one rowdy dwarf.
I would agree that's better, I would think, though. And I don't know if you're going to be able to put any armor onto this Berserker here that's only at 1 power.
Plus, playing Brothans this early makes it almost guaranteed it's going to go above 9.
Yeah. So, I mean, some of the random damage, there you go. Actually, it's probably not going to now. Because you have the Informant is only 1 Assimilate. Terra Nova is probably only 1 more.
But then there's
Lead is
Leader,
another.
and, like,
It'll be just short, I think.
interesting. What's
I
filled
wonder
before
what-
it's going to grab?
Uh,
An Informant? Like, what?
Chariot? Yeah, I'm not sure. This Vilg is...
Chariot might be good because you can activate this, you can protect stuff from random damage. You have a Berserker here.
Yeah. Also,
guess-
this is a Sire. Like, what is that hitting as well?
Oh my god. Vigo? Just Roach, I guess. No, there's not even a
This-
Roach in the graveyard. What
No.
happened to Roach? Is there no Roach in this list? Oh, this is one of those
I
greedy
don't
Roach
think. I think it's
lists.
just the Knickers, but the Knickers hasn't come out yet, so...
Right, because it just went in the deck, like, in round 3. Oh, this is
Yeah.
a disaster.
Come the horse sons!
I trust no one. Never have.
There goes the dwarf.
Yep. So there's the Zoltan now. There's the Rowdy Dwarves. No Mage Infiltrators to try and clean them up.
There's the
Um,
leader. Yeah,
does hit
and the leader
Renfrey.
misses the Zoltan. It gets the Renfree, I suppose. This is why I was saying,
They'll
as
pay
Salty,
for
I
my
just played the
stolen
Renfree early.
birthright.
Chat, if you have it in hand anyway, just play it before 6 cards, and they'll copy it once. I guess there could have... Does Jametti have a Vilgeforce? The damage one?
Yes. No damage Vilgeforce.
So there's no way to
Jametti
kill the
literally
Renfree and
no
then grab it. So yeah, you just play it.
I mean, you might be able to kill the Renfree depending on like what blessing you get.
I
Like if they
suppose. Like the
copy the
7,
Renfree.
the one he does have, actually. Wow.
Okay, that's
Lowest
nice.
provision card.
Now you see me.
Was that?
It could have
that
been
was a 50-50.
a sergeant.
That could have been a sword. Yeah.
Well done, Jametti.
I
Okay, he doesn't need the
despise
list on how to
Diamond
count it.
No. So that the mulligan on the Mage Infiltrator paying off there actually.
Yeah, I mean that always made sense. But the Brothans was what I was questioning. But it looks like
Yes.
Brothans got killed
Yeah.
anyway, so the whole
Which-
Gale enabling thing doesn't matter.
So I wonder here with Salty, leader's gone, so you can more so freely use the Triss here. You're not worried about the mind games. You can put this 5-power Saboteur back, get the Chariot, and most likely then use your Munro.
I mean, I feel like Jametti's was gonna bleed her at 5 cards anyway. But I guess that on Letter I have seen people save their leader till last card.
Yeah.
Salty's situation looks dire. I mean, isn't it just a Cat Witcher Saboteur here?
Fire in the hole!
Don't you fret about it. You take care of myself.
Nice, he made it.
Gosh, I keep getting scared for these rogues.
Me too. I mean,
I don't know if we have Salty or if we actually just like kidnapped Shin Mirian to put him in here instead of Salty. Like these ropes are just
Push on!
every single
No
turn.
mercy!
But okay, we have this turn over here. I think it's just playing for the Zoltan. It'll kill, well, the other Zoltan.
there's one out of door. You could even like copy the Monroe with the Renfree base copy and activate the Rowdy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice play you can often do, like with the Renfree. Which is, like,
I don't know if it's the most points, but it's always the funniest.
I mean, it's, like, usually, I don't think, like, damaging all enemies is going to be super valuable here. it's-
all 2 of them. It's usually the board should be the other way around. The ST deck should have a bunch of crap, and their opponent should have like an empty board.
Yeah.
That's what it is when I play against Scoito. My board's empty.
Yeah.
Salty, you can do this.
I'll give you
Yeah. So there's the Zoltan. There's the final Milva. Oh, I guess...
Wanna know
Will
why?
we put Milva back or not? Oh, and the
Yeah, we should have a
Renfrey
saboteur.
now. Yeah.
No rune mage. Oh, you didn't cook it.
I mean, the question here is because if you're putting the Cat Witcher back anyways to get the chariot, I don't know if that's...
Oh, true, true. Plus, Milva's another body. You could play Oak and then click it and then come back. I don't know.
Their kingdoms will collapse.
Alright,
like
so the Zoltan comes out of the graveyard. Oh no, another Zoltan. That was the Vilgefort's value.
Yeah, it is worth noting that the Mage Torturer is in deck here for Jamedi. Also, actually, the Terra Nova's gone anyways, so obviously can't copy the Renfrey Terra Nova. What am I on about? Yeah, Salty Nose is safe there. We have a Zoltan, a Renfrey. This is Seer, I think, really just is not doing much. You can... I don't think, like, even if you put the Mage Assassin back, you can't somehow try and high roll it to the top of your deck. So yeah. Curious, do you even just put the Munro back at this point and take the Renfrey's Gang? I think that might actually even be the line.
Absolutely. Saboteur can still play for like a lot. Yeah, that's what he decides. So he's doing that.
Yeah,
Hopefully he'll have
and it's basically like a +2 if you put the Nova back as well.
Oh, he gets the kill.
Oh,
That can't have been on purpose.
that... Yeah,
That was
curious.
rope. Oh, that sucks. Especially with like the situation on the board and you're trying to figure it out. And... Time banks
Yeah.
when? CDPR? Time banks? We need them for certain turns. Poker has it. Give, please.
I mean, if
my cause.
Salty had a time bank here, I don't think that would be doing him any favors, because
revolution.
I trust no one.
it's
Never
like every single turn, like this
He's been
round has
roping a
just
lot,
felt
true,
like,
true. But
yeah, last minute decisions.
my suggestion was
like,
3
really thinking
plus
this
1
through.
minute, capsules that you can tap into, and
Yeah.
average turn time is reduced by like 10 seconds or something.
So,
Also, this
I have
Nova
scores
and
to settle.
Saboteur position is unfortunate. Should have all been on the
yeah,
Nova.
okay, yeah,
Who
Salty
knows?
gets up. Also, the Geralt here, also considering your leader was also just destroy 10 or less power, it's also kind of just doubling up with the Geralt, like,
That Geralt was not intentional.
Yeah.
I'm convinced. I mean, I'm like 100% sure that was a rope.
yeah, I would think that's probably not right. Okay, well that ties us up 2-2. We're tied again. We have one more game here to finish off this series. We have the Hidden Cash from Jamedi on blue coin up against the Guerrilla Tactics Control on red coin from Salty. If Salty wins this last game, he wins the series, he wins the Kreve League Season 5, so gets a place in our end of year Trial of Champions, which is our prize pool tournament, which you can qualify to by playing in Kreve Leagues this year. If you want to try and like book your ticket into that tournament, you still have time because you can play in Kreve League Season 6, which will be starting up in the month after next, which is... Oh, well, next month actually. What's the month after August?
Remember.
September, yes. In September.
I'm the color commentary guy, by the way.
Look, I always screw up months, okay? It also doesn't help that months don't make sense, because...
No, I'm with you
December
there,
is
but
the
like
10th month.
you're from Australia. You have the same months.
That wasn't my excuse. The excuse is it does, like, the names just don't match the, like...
Yes, yes. I'm a fan of
yes.
solar calendars, where the equinox is the first day of the year, and the solstice is like the where the seasons switch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So wait, I actually wanted to ask you. So you said there's a season 6.
Yes.
So there's 6 seasons in a year, and then there's like a finals.
There's 3 seasons in the year.
So how are we
So
in
a season
5?
is... So a season is 2 months of regular season and 1 month of playoffs. And then we have a month break, and then we do the next season.
Okay, so one season is 2 sets of tournaments, and then a
Yeah.
end of the quarter.
Yeah.
So each quarter there's 3 technically, and then so it's like once.
Well, yeah, because each season is comprised of the regular season, which is like 6 or 7 weeks of Swiss, where you play a game a week against people of a similar win record to you.
Interesting.
And then the top 16 players from that regular season qualify to the playoffs, where they play in a double elimination bracket.
And so if people want to enter, what should they do?
Well, if you want to enter, you should come join our Team Kreve Discord, which is the best place to contact us when it comes to things like Kreve League, just asking any sort of Gwent-related questions. Which I'll get our invite to the tournament, the invite to the Discord here.
3 seasons a year. The Kreve League will run 3 seasons a year with 1 month off in between. January, March, May to July, and then September to November. So this is the end of the May to July one. That's what these finals are.
Yes. Which
and then
we are playing slightly after July. It's generally is just as long as the patch. It's before the patch. It's fine.
Yeah. And then so people can still enter for. And then what are the prizes?
So the prizes are, we have in-game cosmetics, which are a lot of premium kegs and I believe meteorite powder, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then also if you get good placements in your playoffs, you do get Kreve points or direct qualification into our Trial of Champions, which is our end of year tournament, with a prize pool attached as well.
Ooh. So if you get first, you're qualified, and it's, second through 16th, you get a different number of points.
Yeah.
And the points determine who gets in.
Yeah.
What is this season for? So, hey, Danarai. So some like Joyce, Killer Ganon, Phantom Mag. I recognize a lot of these names. Cool.
Yeah.
That's for season 4, and I guess there's a Hall of Fame.
Yes,
so the
there
winners
should
of
be,
each
which
season.
we'll have, I think, from season 1 to 4, we should have the champions.
I'm showing them right now on screen.
Are you capable?
So this Salty or Jamedi's name will go over here on this list.
Yes.
Wow. Could be immortal, chat. You could be your name for the 6 seasons. No cookies. Will there be cookies? Petition to add cookies to the prize pool. My chat will feel a lot more motivated to join.
Sure, we'll give you imaginary
Sam's giving you the stare. Can these cookies be like
filed within 7 years.
lemon butter
we
or some
can
sort of
give you
lemony
internet
cookies that you baked yourself? I want cookies shipped to me from Australia, and then I will join. If I win, I want cookies shipped to me from Australia. I will join and I will promote.
Mosh, if you enter season 6 and you win, I'll ship you some Anzac cookies myself.
Anzac. Chat, did you hear that? It is on. I will be the champion of season 6 of Kreve League for cookies. Lemon, I want to see at least pictures, possibly video of you putting a tray of cookies into the oven, wearing mitts, and maybe a lemon decorated apron.
I don't think we even have an apron, but sure.
And I'm mailing you this chef's hat.
Swords I smile at.
Or
weapons laughed.
one from Amazon that I will buy separately
As a girl,
Right.
I always
for you to
dreamed
wear.
of having
A
dreams
floppy
like
hat.
If you
You
win,
look like the
sure,
guy from
you'll-
Ratatouille, you have to admit.
Like, perhaps a little.
Chat, back me up. Yeah, it's been clipped, by the way, Lemon. So, season 6 of Kreve League, you guys can just go ahead and update the website now. I know if season 5 hasn't been decided, but you can just put my name for season 6. For cookies.
Speaking of season 5, we should probably put a bit more focus on the game here.
It's Golden
We are
Necker
into game
Syndicate.
5.
It's gonna win.
I mean, not necessarily, because...
Okay, it's gonna lose because it's against Squirtle. Squirtle's OP. Chat told me so.
There's a bit more nuance to that. It's
Oh.
a bit more of an even matchup, I think.
What is this N-word nuance?
So we have Jamedi here immediately starting with this townsfolk and this tax collector, which
They're all
I
gonna
find it
die.
curious
Everything that Jamedi plays is gonna die.
Yeah.
Salty's
Salty
gonna.
could have lead it immediately and been quite aggressive there, but instead
is
opts
better.
to use this Berserker Swordmaster to combine to kill the tax collector.
There's gonna be a lot of things that have to be killed in this matchup. So I think he's taking it very intelligently. Do not smork the way that you see me do. On
Don't make me laugh.
Play like Salty, and you two can be fine. Rather than stuck in the 2500s.
Very early Siri Nova. There is no Purify on the side of Salty, I believe. I don't think there's one in his deck either. Oh no, there is one, but isn't in hand.
Maybe it's so that if it gets damaged, he can TA it, since there aren't a lot of other good
Yeah.
TA. Well, I guess the Treasure Hunter can TA.
The scary thing is if you TA, you play into Geralt. Though of course you're going to be playing into Geralt at some point in this matchup, no matter what you do.
True, but I mean, that's the reason I run Crystal Skull and
Yeah.
just to avoid the Geralt. It's one of those times where one less boost is actually better,
You found another
Yeah.
even
door.
without the lock protection.
Do we see a double click here? I think we probably do. Or not.
Oh, like to infuse it twice? I think he wants to get
Yeah.
Redanian out first.
Redanian's not in this list. We're running
Oh.
Sausage Maker over Redanian.
Oh, right. Okay, then never mind. I know nothing. Maybe he
Otherwise,
doesn't.
yes, I would agree. But
Maybe he thinks the Townsfolk is going to go tall anyway, and
yeah,
putting all
actually,
your
it would have
infusions on
been
it is
it would have
probably
been an alternate Geralt target there actually, and would have been probably even worse if that happens. Yeah, that's actually true. Because you would have been like basically no coins at that point, no infusions. You lost your Townsfolk and your infusions, and you're not in a good spot at that point. So we'll see if Salty does decide to play the Geralt this round, or what we're going to see here. Are we gonna use the leader here as well to clean this up, or?
Don't you fret about me. I can take care of myself.
Smitty's still barely ahead here. Round control is really, really nice here for Jimedi, because it can be difficult, even with the movement, it can be difficult to get through the scabs from the Azar when they're boosted with the Conjurer's Candle. Which, of course, if you bleed out the Azar, you're not really worried about the having to get through the defenders if he's already gone.
Yeah.
This is Salamander Mage here, playing purely for point snap here. Yeah.
So
Early
I don't think that's
location.
around 3 for.
No.
I guess it's not as important, and I play more of the line pockets list, where my location's like a huge part of my last say removal ability.
Yeah. Also in this matchup, I don't think you're getting as much poison value generally. They don't go super tall. They
True.
go more so just wide with small bodies that do damage.
This has got to be a really bad matchup for Syndicate, actually, right?
Yeah, I would say it's not great, especially if they're the list running the Geralt. If it's Harmony, you have a bit more like leeway to try and get things to stick, but against this Geralt, it's just scary. So will we see Sausage Maker come down like next turn? It sort of depends what Salty plays. Berserk is still like on the slower side. Of course, this Sausage Maker gets cleaned up pretty easily, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, just Milva plus Swordmaster kills it. So, how do you keep it alive? I mean, not next turn, but you know.
Yeah.
I guess maybe
Which
if
perhaps
you're gonna
this
play
is
it,
the
you
turn
play
you
it
just
now.
snap.
Yeah.
Here it's a
Oh.
family recipe.
I don't know if I agree with that placement there, though. Like,
Oh, because of the saboteurs. I do this all the
Yeah.
time. You should put it on the far left.
which granted, the Milva would not have a death blow, but you're getting ahead at that point if you take the Saboteur here.
He could just move
It's-
like the knickers and take care of it.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Yeah.
This, I mean, this and it has an infusion. Getting rid of this is huge, in my opinion. Or he could just play Zoltan now and damage it.
Yeah.
And the Seer Nova. It's kind of a choose your own adventure at this point for Salty, I feel like.
Yeah, and it's also worth noting that Jimedi doesn't really have great ways to deal with the Rowdy Dwarves.
Yep.
None
whatsoever.
So, yeah.
He'd have to poison
you
them
can-
twice with Moral to kill one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can poison them, it's, no.
There's
just-
not even a Renfree in this list, right? This is like
Yeah.
the Rowdy Dwarves
Yeah.
are just gonna take your lunch money and then eat it in front of you.
pretty much.
Yep, there goes the sausage.
You just
Whoa.
float them over.
It does not. Yeah. Well, I'm Do you pass here as Jamedi?
Oh, this is the Azar.
Pissing it. Cannot decide.
What?
Oh no. That's...
Wasn't that the play last turn? I guess it's kind of... Wait, he just hits one and then Milva goes in.
Yeah.
That's... What?
I mean, it would take a lead to get through, but Jamedi just like... Oh, sorry. Salty just outpoints here. I mean, although the Geralt isn't getting value, the Zoltan is a little awkward. Chariot you don't really want to play.
You play Triss, you put the Geralt back, and you kill one of these, and you grab the other Saboteur, or whatever you want, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, you can just do that.
You can get, like, a Bowman to kill the other one. That's what I would grab.
I think this is the thing though, like round control is so important, you do want to try and play this Azar here.
I will not let this
I guess
become
you're trying to protect the
sudden.
morale depending on how tall Salty goes. Goes for the Renfrey here, not a head. So Jamedi gets a pass with the Siri carryover, doesn't lose on even.
This is a really good result for Jamedi, actually.
Yeah, Jamedi has
What
to
does
be happy with that
Salty
there.
play now? If he had grabbed a Bowman,
Yeah,
or just mulligan the Geralt, he'd have something to play. Now he can play. He's got 2 leader charges. He could play Renfrey over that, or he has to play the Zoltan. Or I guess actually I would play the Geralt here. Just drop the Geralt. It's not getting value. Well, no, it is.
yeah. I mean, it will get later.
Because
but
of Bincy.
yeah, you can also
But-
just move Bincy.
That's also true. Well, yeah, because there's not going to be a defender. I still think you drop the Geralt. I don't.
Yeah, I
Zoltan
think you
and Renfrey are both worth way
probably
more.
want your other one's a bit more valuable here. There's no way you play Renfrey, I think. Yeah, you have 2 leaders, you can't lose those.
That's a million points. That's like all the removal gone. He takes the...
Oh!
Spicy!
I forgot that was a line.
Yes! Well, that's why Salty's in the final. Because unlike you, he actually beat Jamedi. Isn't that right? Don't you have a bit of a beef with Jamedi, by the way, Lemon? Yeah? Are you even, shouldn't... I feel like you should disclose your conflict of interest here.
Yes, I have a huge conflict of interest here. Salty's one of my teammates, and I lost to Jamedi in the streamer tournament, so I should really be rooting against Jamedi here. But no, I'm unbiased. It's all good.
You're unbiased.
Yes.
Wow. That's a very biased thing to say, actually.
No, Jamedi got like a 1-point win after playing an honor chat against me in like the streamer tournament, which feels terrible to like.
Have you guys
lose
ever
to,
seen
like,
a
an
caster,
honor chat?
smack talk one of the players during the finals? He's invalidating Jamedi's win by saying it was a 1-point win with an Arnagat. Are you calling Jamedi a cheeser? I will stand up for Jamedi right now. He's one of the nicest, most wholesome. I cannot believe you would defame him like that. Somebody's gonna stand up for Jamedi, and it's clearly not gonna be Lemon. Shame.
I'm sorry.
That's not enough. I look forward to your twit longer on the subject.
Okay.
We got a Monroe that's sitting there with 3 charges and a beautiful poison.
Yeah. So was there some sort of role that would have been a... Yeah, if we saw like the Gellert come out here, the Monroe would have been cleaned up at once. It's like it was the Gellert instead of the towns. Actually, no, you can't even poison Siri, never mind. If you rolled the failed experiment, you could have used it with the Salamandra hideout and the fist deck to kill this Monroe in 1 turn.
Absolutely.
No, we're
Or
just
if you
gonna
had played
see
location
this.
from hand in round 1.
Yeah. Wonder if we can
Usually
just use a leader.
Golden
on the
Nectar is almost
spot.
always a single turn kill.
Never have.
Yeah.
So I mean that pass on even from Salty actually is, I think it worked out fantastically for him.
Yeah. Missing both poison burrs, you don't love that from the side of Jamedi. The soul and the
As if
Bincy
this
don't get
matchup
a lot
wasn't
of
hard
time
enough
to
already, he
evolve.
missed both Poison
Yeah.
Brothers. And all he has is a Bincy now. That is Rollock, and there's a leader charge waiting for him. And I
Yeah,
love
and
how
then-
Salty's just leaving Milk. Like, this is the kind of thing you can't do on the ladder, but with open deck list,
No.
he just knows there's absolutely no threat. There's Milva. He can just leave it there.
Yeah, I mean, especially like against Syndicate, though, it's pretty safe in general.
Sure.
Also, with the hideout gone, like that's the only way I think you kill Milva with like a Salamander Mage. You're not worried about that because hideout's already.
Well,
on board.
Gellert. I mean, if there's a Gellert and he drops it, poisons with combos with Milva, it dies, right? But
Yeah,
because the location still has an order. But I guess if somebody's going to use 2 poisons on a 2-power Milva, you're
Don't
probably
you fret
happy.
about me. Can take care
There
of
goes the
myself.
townsfolk. No engines for you, no board, everything's gone. No, only 1 point of damage overkill. Here comes the Sol. How long do we think this is gonna live?
I mean, it's taking 3 damage here.
Don't you?
Like it,
Oh, I guess if you boost it, Gale
it'll
kills
live,
it.
but it's gonna play probably just Geralted, I guess.
Oh, there's no more leader charges left. Bincy might actually live. So the next card will be like Bincy and then a leader, but
Sure, Bincy lives, but it's a 7-point card. You're not profiting
yeah,
anymore.
true.
You
There's no
have
more. There's
3
no more
combat.
coin gen. Not without Roland and Gellert. I don't like to call GG early, but
Yeah,
this
it's
game is
almost looking as if Sol-
OVER. There's a Renfree, there's a Geralt, there's a.
It's
I mean, he could hero pass with 2 cards in his hand and still win.
Yeah, Jimedi is just about dead on board, I think, unfortunately.
Curse of Wrath, Curse of Lust, Curse of Envy. He's dead on the board. Doesn't even matter what you pick. You can pick this. Card.
Shoes only get in the way.
Yep, that's a
That's the
Bincy.
best line. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And he's delaying it to like try and hopefully brick the Geralt. He does have last say technically, so the Jackal will
Yeah.
play for a decent amount of points.
I guess you can spend
Do you pick play the experiment and then click use the order to have less coins?
yeah, but
Oh my god. I mean, that's the best line. So you do it.
It is. It
But
feels
it's so
terrible. I mean,
copium.
I think at this point you have to just like say
it's
from
gone.
Jimedi's
Never mind.
side that my opponent doesn't have good cards.
Lost spirit.
Well, he has the leader.
Card now available.
Although this
Yes.
Pellet plays for 4. Here comes the.
A
I mean,
pleasure
that's
to
it.
bleed you.
You
Yeah.
see a forfeit now.
Yeah, yeah.
Jimedi passes. That's it. That
And
is
Salty
game.
fixed
That's
it.
the deciding game because Salty had won the first series anyway. And
Yep.
3-2. He wins it straight up.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, they go to tactics cleaning up the Hidden Cache. Hidden Cache played 1 game here and didn't manage to find any purchase. So GG's to both Jimedi and Salty coming out on top.
What an amazing series, actually. It was. I mean, the last game wasn't close, but the lineup and that decision to take the tie. So
Yeah,
you can see, I'm going to post a link in chat. You guys can go look at the journey that everybody made. Some of the other names, like I recognize Jimedi, Ecstasis, I recognize Salty Captain, obviously, Killiganon, Idris. Yeah, and as we said, you can definitely join for season 6. It's you play 1 game a week. It's Swiss format, which I didn't realize until now, but that's super nice because you play against people who have a similar winning record as you. So if somebody's like 5-0, they play against the other person that's 5-0, and you play against someone who's like, if I'm playing and I'm like 3-3, I play against someone with similar record. So you're gonna get good games, you get good practice. I highly recommend it. Everyone who's looking to, get into Gwent should try it. And it's, I've heard from a lot of people before that Kreve League is just a breath of fresh air compared to ladder. A lot of times when they're sort of tired of laddering and running into random stuff.
Yeah.
But it is closed deck list, right? Is the whole tournament closed deck
it's
list?
open deck list, all open.
Open? Except for the finals.
It's all open. Like you always see your opponent's deck lists.
Oh, well, it was just, they only have 2 hours before the match to look at.
Yes. Well, normally you only exchange your decks right before the game, but
Okay.
yeah, it's just deck submission is usually working like that. Or it actually depends on the week. In the regular season, you'll be submitting it like just before the start of each week. For playoffs, you'll exchange it just before your game. But yeah, it's just open deck lists in general is the way to see it there.
Okay, so it's open deck list, and you get to play against some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for letting me do this. And
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for having me.
of course,
I should probably say a few of my own thanks. So obviously, like a huge thanks to our players. Like without them, the league wouldn't be running. Obviously you saw Salty and Jamedi here, but we have like a lot of other players playing as well. Flo does one of like our other guys on Team Kreve, like our founder in fact. He does a lot of the work when it comes to the graphic design. It's like all the graphics you see here basically Flo has been responsible for, so without him it wouldn't look nearly as good as it does, frankly. Like Flo makes this all look quite professional, and it's really great to see. Also, slight shout out to Shoop TV. We use their deck lists assets builder to get the deck lists graphics ready for the finals. It's great. It's just a website you can plug in a few deck lists and it gets in like a really nice format. I feel like I'm probably forgetting something. And I think also, yeah, just we don't have any sponsors. If you want to sponsor us, feel free to reach out to us.
Red Bull, this is your chance to actually enter the mainstream. You could become known as the first official sponsor of Kreve League. Or maybe like Million Pugs. Maybe Lionheart can do something there.
Maybe.
Wear some more costumes. I'd like to see Lemon in a pug costume. That'd be cool.
I don't even know what a pug costume would look like. Is that like a onesie or something else?
Have you not seen the tweet?
I've not. No.
Oh my god. Guys, I'm sorry. Before I let you go, we have to watch the Lionheart ad for. I'm not even affiliated with any of this. I just it's Lionheart, right? There he is. He made an ad. Where is it? Where is the? He's so active. There it is.
And now for a message from our sponsors, Million Pugs. Million Pugs rewards you with in-game Gwen goodies whenever you shop online. So next time you're scoping out some bougie slides or sick kicks, make sure you have the Million Pugs browser extension installed to be a things haver both in and out of Gwent. My friends, it is only one click away.
I love the sultry, like sensual looks he's giving the camera. To be a things haver in Gwent. Like it's. I know some of you are gonna want to watch this on repeat, so I will.
Million Pugs.
Copy a link to the tweet and share it in chat. There you go. Feel free to, put that on your big screen as you go about the house doing things, so you can have the goodness of Lionheart in a puck costume with you. I'm excited. Yeah. If any of you didn't hear, if I enter and win season 6, Lemon is going to bake some cookies and mail them to me. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
I think I said Anzac cookies because that's kind of Australian cookies. Yeah.
What is an Anzac cookie?
I think this
is there raisins in there? Because if so, I don't want it.
There's no raisins. It's like soon like World War 1 or 2, like Anzac cookies were the cookies that were sent over to like the Australian soldiers. But they were like special recipe to make sure that they actually stayed and didn't go off because a bunch of cookies and boats for like a very long time tends to go off. I can't remember exactly what it is that makes them not go off, but yeah.
They're like long. They have a long shelf life or something.
Yeah, that's long shelf life.
Okay, so you're not gonna bake them yourself. You're just gonna buy me a box and send it.
I mean, I can bake them. You can bake them.
Okay.
There's recipes which I can search up. I
just want to see you in an apron. Is like that's what needs to happen. So
no promises on that part.
Yeah.
I'll do the cookies.
This is gonna get tweeted out immediately. So I'm gonna publicize this to hold you to account. there's, you know, you agreeing. Check out what Lemon agreed to.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I should also say big thanks to you, Mosh, for having us here.
Of course. I'm honored.
It was a lot of fun doing the co-cast alongside you. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
I did. It was really cool, actually. This was my first co-cast for Gwent. So
Yeah, I've only done a few before myself, so I'm not that much experienced either.
chat, what did you guys think of Lemon's casting? So thumbs up or thumbs down or good or bad in the chat. Let's judge him
Tossing
live.
me out to the court
Do we
of
vote
public
him off the
opinion
island?
already.
What do we think, chat? There's a delay, so. Oh, there's some hearts in the chat.
Thank you.
There's at least one person who can tolerate you, aside from me and your mother.
Ouch.
Two people. 3, 4. Great job. Who is this? Well, okay. Let's do a shout out to Mr. No, not Lemon Dust. It's because you have a 0 in your name, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a 0
Shout
on my
out to
Twitch.
Lemon.
Yeah, I'm.
Come on.
Yeah, if you are curious about who I
there's a
actually
poll.
am.
Vote in the poll. Oh.
Yeah, I'm I think my technical role is like event manager for Team Kreve. Largely what that means is I do a lot of the like organizing for the Kreve League. I also play Gwent, stream a bit, occasionally write an article. Yeah. That's what I do.
Yeah, he's kind of like me, except he's younger, smarter, and better at Gwent. There you go.
I think that's a bit much. I don't know about those things.
Look at this. 50 games and like 25 games. Like just look at his profile. When he streams, you should go and watch.
I mean, yeah, Syndicate and Goitel kind of busted, but yeah. Yeah, big congrats again to Salty. It's also like from our perspective as Team Kreve, it's really nice to actually have a Team Kreve winner of Kreve League. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Rigged, right? No.
No, definitely not.
Look at this, by the way. Look at this beautiful profile of Salty Captain on the Team Kreve website. Check him out. He's actually a streamer.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, both Salty and Jemeni do stream themselves. They've streamed a bunch of their playoff games. I believe Salty was actually streaming along us here. So if you want to see his perspective, watch back what he was saying, you can go check that out. I think Jemedi is just Jemedi on Twitch. Maybe there's an underscore. I'll double
It's like
check
TN
that.
Jemedi or something.
Yeah, TN Jemedi.
Jemedi.
I got that.
Yeah, there he is. Jemedi, one of the cool things is that he'll like tweet out a deck of the day, or multiple decks of the day, and you know it's always like if you're one of those people who needs some inspiration on what to play, follow Jemedi. He is also like an excellent deck maker. He's one of those creative types, and he's a founder of Team Nova, which has a lot of really cool players actually that you've heard of, like Poisound and okay, their website link. Team Nova Gwent.
Yeah, you have other players like in Kreve League you also had like Jordi Malini, Santana, and J360 were playing. I believe Mike DeCom is another one of the Team Nova players. There's a bunch others that I'm forgetting as well. But yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I should probably leave it there. I do need to get to uni.
All right, that sounds important.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure casting with you as always.
Yeah.
Hang out.
Thank you
anytime.
for having me.
No
I'll
problem.
catch you all another time.
All right, everybody say bye to Lemon. Kick bye. Get out.
See you all.
Turn off the guest thing. Let's get some music. All right. I'm actually gonna end the stream and then restart it right away.